Ugh.
Good evening, everyone. We should be live. Yes, we are. Fabulous. Welcome, everyone, to Real News. We're doing more Galo tonight in honor of Pride Month with also Juneteenth. Whatever the fuck that's called. We're celebrating. Kidding, of course, but I want to talk about first the most important story that it's mostly being talked about in right-wing media, but there's some on the left that are talking about it because they're trying to discredit it, is this Revolver piece by Darren Beattie from Revolver. It's basically the Drudge alternative that's actually based, red-pilled, and pretty cool, where they had a piece that the TLDR of it is that they suspect that there was Fed action on January 6th. And they suspect that the feds had a pivotal role in that event. Now, they don't come out and directly say it, but they basically imply that the feds either provoked, set up, or in some capacity got people to go a little crazy on January 6th and end up the way it did. Now, I'm going to quickly read some things that were in that piece. I'm not going to read directly from it, but I'm just going to give you kind of the main points from it as I get shot here. But they start off with, because people are going to say, well, how do you know this is Fed action? Because we really don't have any official documents that where Feds say, like, oh, we planned this event, we set it up. But what you see here is a lot of patterns. Where the FBI has done a lot of entrapment before, and you think, oh, entrapment's illegal. Well, yeah, but they do it all the time because they're the feds. Where the FBI is known for, in many extremist groups like the Klan, militia groups, and even civil rights groups, where they will basically manipulate people, set them up, and give them the materials to do terrorist acts. It's been done many times. It's all publicly available. You can see on Wikipedia. It's no conspiracy. It's facts. And this is what I personally suspect is what they did with January 6th. But what Darren Beattie shows is that you don't need to even go far back to the 60s. You don't even go super far back to see that the FBI was doing this to right-wing militia groups a few months before January 6th. This is something I think we talked about, was the Michigan, infamous Governor Whitmer, Michigan kidnapping, where these people from the Oath Keepers were supposedly going to kidnap the governor. We later found out that basically one of them was a federal informant. But we also found out much later that not only were the feds, they infiltrated that group pretty quickly before this plot even happened, but they booked or paid for hotel rooms where they planned this. They also, when they went to do this, they were on a van. It was 5 people. 3 out of the 5 people in the van were feds. 3 out of 5. And a quarter of the people involved in this plot in total were feds. So it's suspected that the feds basically set these people up to do this. And we do know that they paid for the hotel rooms. They had an explosive specialist who was a Fed, and the transportation specialist was a Fed. And that's just in that. But this is where it comes into with January 6th, is that there were, I mean, who knows how many Feds involved with that. There's at least 20, but there's these unindicted co-conspirators that have been found to be involved in January 6th. And there are conspirators that have been charged. There are hundreds of them charged. But there are also people who did similar stuff, if not worse stuff, than these conspirators that have not been charged. And you have to ask why. And there's only a few reasons why. Most of them don't make any sense and don't apply. Like if they would be granted immunity, which that time has passed. So the only option left is that they're feds, and that they're laying them off the hook because they're informants or agents. Now, the debunking, I want to bring up the debunking, because the debunking for that is that, oh, well, unindicted co-conspirators aren't automatically feds. There's no, they can be a lot of things. And that's true, but they leave out the fact that there are multiple people in these documents that are just called Person 1, Person 2, Person 3. You only do that when they're federal informants, because they would have been able to ID these people by now. They would have indicted them by now. They had done crimes that people have already been busted for, but they haven't been touched. So they're feds, in my opinion. And so they also, on January 6th, here's another parallel. When they were doing planning missions for January 6th, they paid for hotels for people from militia groups like the Oath Keepers, Proud Boys, and the 3%ers. They paid for hotel rooms for these people to plan shit. And they did the same thing with these same groups, like the Oath Keepers in Michigan. And finally, one thing I will say too that has not been talked about a lot from this piece is that there's one part where they talk about this app that they use called Zello, which is basically like a comms app. It's like a walkie-talkie app. And there's a admin in that group that in that app, when January 6th was going down, they were saying, quote, "Get it, Jess. Do your fucking thing. This is what we fucking, it's unintelligible, up for. Everything we fucking trained for." Now, what's the context of that quote? They were saying that when they were breaching the Capitol. So they were directing and orchestrating the Capitol breach. And it just so happens that this person that was doing this is not ID'd. They are an anonymous person that the feds haven't ID'd. Why the fuck is that? So that's the basic gist of the piece. I recommend everybody read on revolver.news. It's amazing work. They've been doing a lot of amazing work, but this is pretty damning stuff. And my takeaway is that the feds, the whole January 6th thing was a false flag. It was the feds provoked a bunch of Trump supporters to go nuts and to beat up police and breach the Capitol. That was their goal, and they achieved it. And there were people there that were ready to do this or were prepared to do this, but the feds provoked it. That's my guess. I know that's a lot, but that's basically the piece. And what I mean, we were talking about this that on the day of, we were saying there's probably some Fed action, but we finally have some proof of patterns that show that, yeah, there was probably Fed action. No, well, there was Fed action. We know there were feds, but what were their roles in it is what we need to determine. This is insane. Like, this is something that we've been told for months was a bunch of Trump supporters that planned an insurrection when it was really federal agents that provoked people to do this. The feds were behind this.
Sean, let me get in there. No, I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying this since the beginning. This is what's happened, and you know, it's not surprising. You can see how it is with, you know, like the Ku Klux Klan, that feds are notoriously, like, they're pretty much the ones running the Klan at this point. Yeah. Half of these, like, you know, racist organizations and crazy conspiracy groups, they're operated by the federal government. The federal government's probably the biggest hate group in the country, if you think about it. You know, I'm convinced.
Guys, can I interject real quick? Can I interject real quick? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you're referencing of the Capitol, the storming of the Capitol. Are you aware of a video of it, like, showing, like, the cops saying go 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 go, and then when he, like, opening the like the barriers and saying go go go, and people were storming the Capitol? Are you aware of that video?
I don't think I've seen that particular video. Sean, can you?
I don't think I've seen that, but I've seen the videos of where they let protesters into the Capitol. Like, they clearly let people in.
Yeah, I mean, if this was truly a, you know, coup moment, you would think that the federal government would have stopped it beforehand if they're truly scared. You know, if this wasn't something of their own doing. I'm convinced this was allowed to happen.
Exactly, and that's the thing with the feds. I've learned through research and things I've heard over the years is that there are a lot of things that happen that they may not intend to happen, in terms, like, they didn't maybe necessarily plan it, even though a lot of times they do, but they let it happen. And that's the sickening thing that I just, like, at least with the Whitmer thing, they nabbed them before she before they like try to kidnap her. But with a lot of these, they'll let shit happen. I'll give you a good example of something I found out recently. You guys know about the bus bombing in Alabama and the Baptist church bombing during the Civil Rights Movement? You guys know about that?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, did you know that one of the main planners and one of the guys that carried it out was a fucking Fed?
Well, it's not surprising, especially if it's a Klan action. You know, that's right up in their territory.
It was Klan action, and this is the same dude. I think his last name was like Graves or something. He also was involved with the Freedom Riders bus attack, where basically people, white supremacist Klan members and just people in general, they attacked the bus, they shut it, and they set on fire, and they were preventing people from getting out of the bus. This same dude was at that, planned it, and murdered somebody. Fucking murdered somebody. That he later admitted that he actually like murdered somebody. He was hitting people with a bat, and he even shot somebody. Like this guy's a Fed.
Yeah,
But nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's like, whatever.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I think there is times when it makes sense to use informants, but what they're using it for now is just ridiculous.
Basically,
like,
entrapment.
Yeah, you know, like entrapment. It seems like we haven't really been dealing with that lately. Like, no one talks about that. Entrapment laws have just kind of, you know, been forgotten. Oh, that guy really wanted to get in.
They did with Flynn. Remember Michael Flynn? They admitted in their notes that they set him up to lie so that they could nab him. This is what they do. They even did it to fucking John DeLorean. You know, the guy that made DeLoreans, you know, Back to the Future car? Yeah, his company was, oh shit, we're gonna blow up. His company was in massive debt, so what did he start doing? He was trying to find ways to make money, and the feds set him up and tried to get him to buy drugs.
Well, part of that was
cleared. He got cleared, and then they
part of that. So part of that was somebody else was already ratting to the feds before that happened. So,
well, I mean, they actually got busted for entrapment, which is pretty difficult. So I mean,
he got lucky.
So I mean, it'd be I don't know. That's a little bit. I think that's a little bit different. But like everybody, like the actual event, like people knew that the protests were happening. But I think that the idea that they were going, like, you had so many feds that were trying to basically provoke these people into going through with a lot, like, you know. And then not only that, you have Antifa. Between the Antifa and the feds, it's like,
well, I think those Antifa people were feds. I mean, I think like the one dude, Jaden X, that's the guy that he like sent his footage to CNN, got a shit ton of money, and he was clearly a provocateur. Now, what side he's on is technically up for debate. I think he was a Fed because he wasn't charged at all, and it's very sus. It's just the whole thing, because he was in other groups too. Like, he was in Antifa, he was in Black Lives Matter shit. I think he was playing all the sides.
Well, there are just some crazy kids in college these days. You know, how much of them are feds and how much of them are just ideological zealots.
Well, and like, look at the Proud Boys. Enrique Tarrio, their head, Fed. The one of the second in command, third in command, like one of the top dudes, Joe Biggs, is now, a few weeks ago, we found out he was a Fed. Like, it's so, like, insane. And most people don't know this stuff. Most people don't talk about it. But it's been going on for decades. I mean, since the FBI was created. But when you see the levels too, because they knew, and they admit to this, they knew that there were people coming to January 6th that at least had chatter about, we should breach the Capitol. We should get in there. You know, did Trump plan for this to happen? No. Did he know that people were going to breach the Capitol? No. Did a lot of people know that people were going to breach the Capitol? No. But there were a group that did, these militia groups, and the feds knew about it, and at the very least, they let it happen. At the very, very least.
Yeah.
And it's insane. I mean, it's absolutely insane, and most people don't care about. And they're you know we're gonna see how these things play out. But you could see some stuff like when one of these informants from the Whitmer thing, he was like a federal informant for like 35 years for other
Wait,
shit.
was that? I remember the Whitmer one. There was like the Brony guy who was like a pedophile turned
Yes.
informant, and he had like guns and stuff. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, he was. You wanna know what he is? I found on this piece. He was a convicted child molester.
I said he was a pedophile.
Yeah. Yeah.
And government trusted him with like fucking guns. I think he got like, what do you have, like grenades and shit too? Like, what the
So
fuck's
what
up?
happened with him is they tried to keep his cover real tight. They used to in the reports they would just call him a man from Wisconsin, I think it was. They wouldn't even say person one, person two. They wouldn't say unindicted co-conspirator. They just said, oh, he's just he's just a man from Wisconsin. And it came out later, actually, because of his dumbass, he outed himself. He blew his cover. And so what the feds did was they found out that he had a sniper rifle. And so they got him on that and just said, oh, look, he had this illegal sniper rifle. And then that's how they got back at him for blowing his cover.
Jesus. Some weird people on the federal government payroll, right?
Yeah, we pay for these people to literally kill our own citizens and provoke terrorist attacks. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So hold on for a second. This guy basically outed himself as like an informant, right?
Yeah, he admitted to it.
And then they excuse me for a second, sorry about that. Then they got him back on then they basically said, okay, he's got a sniper rifle, we're gonna put him on a gun charge.
Yep, that's what they did. So the way of getting back at him for outing himself was they just hit him with because they knew he had a sniper rifle, and so they busted him for that, which is very illegal, especially in Michigan.
Well,
he's from.
It's illegal for him to have any weapons as a sex offender. You know,
That's true,
a
yes.
felon. I think that's what he got busted for, because he was a felon. He was a felon in possession of a rifle. And I think that's
It's the type of people that the government works with, though, man. I mean, dude, they don't care. I mean, while you're a pedophile, whether you're a child killer, they can use you, they'll use you.
Well, this is why getting involved with politics now is extremely dangerous. I mean, you're getting involved with these big groups, with these militia groups, these edgier groups, and people will call it Fed posting. When you see people, they try to provoke things. They're like, oh, I actually shouldn't name his name. I don't know his name, but remember that dude we talked to a few times ago that one of our friends brought on? Remember when he said some crazy shit about like Cuomo?
Yeah, that guy.
See, that stuff is like classic Fed. I'm almost sussing this dude now. Like, that's classic Fed posting, where these people, they'll get involved with some groups and they'll start saying shit like, well, we should bomb the U.S. Capitol. We should go and kidnap Governor Whitmer. Like, they start ginning people up to try and entrap them. And that's one of the common patterns you see. And that's what happened probably in the Michigan thing. Like, they're still digging into that. Like, it's not clear cut, but they were in those big meetings when that stuff was going down, so it's possible that the informant there did that. It's insane. And it's the biggest story. It's a big red pill that everybody should read. Everybody check it out, revolver.news. You can watch the Tucker monologue on it. Like, props to Tucker. I have to give him credit. He's one of the few people that actually talks about this stuff. Most people just don't care. They act like it's not a big deal, and it's honestly the biggest story of this week. Bigger story than making today a national holiday for Juneteenth.
Yeah, I just hate like the term Juneteenth. Like, it's not even really fucking specific. How many teenths are there in a fucking month?
16th, 19th, 18th, 16th, 19th project.
Oh god, that's a whole other thing I think we're going to talk about.
Yeah, because for some background, last week we were talking about this Sam Richards clip that was going viral. He's a professor that's... Oh, I'm stuck. Oh wait, I'm dead. He's a professor at Penn State. I took his class, Phil took his class. And a clip was going around where people were claiming that he was teaching critical race theory. And this was from the time I was in his class, actually. Like, it's an old clip. It's over almost 2 years old, and it's from his class. I was there, and he's basically telling this, like, he had this white student, black student come up to the front of the classroom, and he was talking about, I think, white privilege that day. And he was basically talking about how the white kid and the black kid, even when they graduate, they're not equal. Like he flat says, when they graduate, the black kid's not going to be equal to the white kid, which is technically a very racist thing to say. It's technically like, oh, you're implying, are you a white supremacist there, Sam? Because that's kind of the ideology of these people. They don't even realize it, but they're basically implying that white people are superior. And so, you know, that clip started circulating, and I think who was the first person? Owen Choi from InfoWars was the first person to talk about it, and he just went off until we covered that. But our boy Sargon of Akkad, who was actually at Penn State, we brought him to Penn State, awesome dude, very smart, very well read, covered this too. He even had it on his thumbnail of the clip from the class. And he was starting off his discussion on critical race theory with this clip. Now, I think you guys did some research. I mostly focus on the Fed shit, but I want to research critical race theory more to get a better understanding of it. So, how about we start with you, Alex, and we'll go to Phil.
Well, have Phil do it first. That was his sort of...
Okay. Yeah, Phil, if you want to give us a rundown what you learned.
So... I mean, I took a couple of sociology courses, and critical race theory is definitely in that sociology purview. And at least, and if it's not, and if critical race theory itself is not, the foundations of what they are definitely are.
Right. That's what I was kind of getting the vibe of.
Right. So, people are. You get a lot of these personalities too that are like, oh well, people are bad. People that are attacking critical race theory don't know what it is. Actually, a lot of people have a pretty good idea what critical race theory is, with exception to a couple people, C.J. Pearson. So, which baffles me. I don't know what he was thinking. Anyway, so. So basically, it came up. It was something that came out in like in the 80s. Like, I mean, they say that they started it in like the mid 70s or whatever. But the real critical race theory was like, you know, that was like an 80s thing, where they focused on, you know, their whole goal is to basically critically examine the law to show that it maintains white supremacy, white power, enforces societal and structural racism, and then tries to transform it and tries to look to transform our system and our laws into something that is more racially appropriate, or whatever the fuck that means. So
it's basically coming from the foundation that America's a racist country, and we need to stop that. We need to level the playing field and, you know, help minorities.
So, and not only that, critical race theory is also, it's based off of a lot of Marxist theory, because a lot of it argues that social problems are influenced and created more by societal structures, which that's a Marxist term. That's a Marxist term, because, like, you know, you're talking about, you know, the proletariat within the systems, like the labor and all that shit, and then cultural assumptions, more than individual and psychological factors. That's pretty much which is very Marxist in itself. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that happens within the critical race theory purview. Let's see here. So I mean, a lot of it, like, you're talking about una momento, sorry. Ready to burp there. So they challenge. So one of the very things, like, and foundationally, I say that in its very foundational stages, critical race theory is propaganda, right?
Yeah.
So, and part of the definition, right? So, I mean, I even had to look it up, right? Had to look up propaganda as to what it is. Now, of course, you know.
I took a whole class where we defined that fucking term for a semester. That was insane.
So what did they say your definition was? So
it was
like,
some complex thing. Like I'd have to find it, but it basically was like you're using a medium to basically like I don't want to say I guess say manipulate the population to thinking how you want them to think.
Yeah. So the definition I have is, and it falls kind of under that too. Information, ideas, or rumors deliberately spread widely to help or harm a person, group, movement, institution, nation, etc. Right? So that's pretty much what it falls into. So and it's very thing, right? So one of the main things that critical race theory does foundationally is it questions concepts like enlightenment, rationalism, legal equality, and constitutional neutrality, right? These are all like and these are all things like you talk about enlightenment, rationalism, legal equality, constitutional neutrality. A lot of this stuff is stuff that was a part of the world before the United States even existed. Because if you're talking about, enlightenment, that's
John Locke. That's
dawn of time. That's the dawn of time, right? Yeah, the human renaissance. There's all kinds of stuff, and all over the world too. But you're talking about hundreds of years before the United States was even created, or even founded. Really, much like even before this Nina Pina and Santa Maria. Anyway, rationalism, of course. Again, another term, long before the United States was created, right? Legal equality, again, right? You could date that back to like the Romans and all that shit, right? Constitutional neutrality. Well, like, okay, so even if you took constitutional out of it, like you could say legislative neutrality, right? If you like that is, well, every empire, every country that's been created has created some sort of legislature to,
well, not every country,
not everybody, for the most of
modern history, yes, but like before then with kings and shit,
right. But even the king, you're talking about like with England with the Articles of Confederation, you got the Roman law and like Greek law and all that stuff, right? But what I'm saying is like most of this stuff has been created. Like most of these terms most of these things were created long before the United States was even a country, right? Even before 1619, right? If you really wanted to go there. So in its very foundation, it's not only wrong, but it's propaganda. It's propaganda. Because you're basically telling people that, like, none of that stuff. Enlightenment doesn't matter. Rationalism doesn't matter. None of that shit matters, right? So they also they buck, a lot of them buck civil rights. Like they don't like civil rights. Like they're not a fan of civil rights because from what I've gathered, civil rights was created in an already racist system, so therefore
the people that gave us civil rights were racist, and the laws were racist because it was made in a racist system. So
their argument was, well, their argument was like civil rights, like affirmative action, the CRA, all that stuff was created within the racist system. So therefore, it should not.
How do you create it if what it was in wasn't racist before?
Yeah,
I mean, one foot in front of the other.
Right. It's so like if you if you look deep into this stuff, it just falls apart. If you look deeper into what they're talking about, and then you add logic into it, it just falls apart almost immediately.
So do they want people? Do they want us to repeal the Civil Rights Act? Are they actually libertarians? Do they want us to?
They want to. No, they don't.
I think they wanted to have like a non-white supremacy at that point.
They want they want the press again.
Fundamentally change the system. That's what they want to do. They just want to fundamentally change the system.
They want the minorities to rule us.
Yes.
Basically. But here's the other thing. Did you go, when you were doing your research, do you see the Frankfurt School mentioned?
Ooh.
That was something I was just doing like a basic fucking, look up of that, and I kept seeing.
Oh, do share.
School. And that school created, it's not just this, like it goes far back, it's back in the 30s in Germany, back when, fucking Nazis and shit were still around there. And it was this radical school filled with people who were super weird socialists. They based their ideology on, I think it was like Kant and Karl Marx. Or not Karl Marx, or not Kant. I think he was part of it, but it was also the Sigmund Freud and Karl Marx.
Yes. Yep.
It's like literally a Marxist ideology.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is, It's
And who brought that into the mainstream was Andrew Breitbart, and he would talk about how a lot of these tactics that we see that modern-day leftists use are Marxist tactics, Marxist ideology from the Frankfurt School.
Yeah, that Frankfurt School, man.
It's a red pill.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the a lot of the Nazi Germany stuff definitely had strains of Marxism within its given structure.
Well, to give a little context too, Nazi Germany, I think what they don't tell you a lot of this in history class, but part of the reason the Nazis came to power is because there were a lot of street battles between what you kind of call, what we have Antifa, Marxists, and the National Socialist Party. Because the power in charge was kind of like a normie, I think conservative-esque party.
Weimar Germany, it was like a liberal. It's kind of like what we have now if you think about it. To modern senses, maybe it would seem a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm trying to frame it in a modern context. But it was basically more moderate. I'll just keep it at that. But
the Weimar Republic was, they were fucked. They didn't give a. They were weak. Germany does not have a long history of constitutional republic.
Well, at that particular time, there was quite a few groups within Germany that were infighting. There was no dominant group that was that was basically taking charge. You had your conservative, your religious groups, but they weren't dominant. Then you had your communist, socialist, whatever, but they weren't really dominant. But the Nazi Party actually gained that. It left all that infighting, left a big hole that the Nazis filled, basically.
Well, there was also a huge fear of communism, because that's why I bring up the street fights, because it is relevant to today.
Right.
People were afraid. I mean, there was a Red Scare already happening around that time. But people were afraid because these people were intimidating people. They were beating people up.
But you could see from the Soviet Union, at that time before Stalin really took power, they were. They wanted to go international. That was a big thing. Hey, we want to go and start destroying other countries that weren't.
Yes, that's very true, and that's what people were seeing, and the Nazis became this street. The foot soldiers that were in opposition to that on the streets, and obviously there's much more to it, but the point I'm trying to make is that, this is what we're seeing now in a different way with Antifa, and how that Frankfurt School stuff and how stuff from Nazi Germany is still relevant today. And with critical race theory, of course, is you would see with a lot of these authoritarian regimes is they always control the flow of information, they always control institutions. And what the Frankfurt School also did was they went out on a goal, and I don't know if you read this, Alex, is their goal was, like you said with the Marxists, is to go international and spread everywhere. And so they deliberately, intentionally I should say, had the plan of infiltrating American universities. And that's why you see all this stuff of critical race theory really start at the universities. And it did, and we've seen it when we were there. We just,
Well, it's not even the critical race series. There's a whole other one just called critical theory.
yes, yeah.
It's
but
like
it started at the colleges. We didn't have this buzzword to call it anything. But what's changed now is that it's gotten mainstream. It's in the mainstream. It's in elementary schools. It's in middle schools. It's in high schools. And parents are finally seeing it. Because normally they send their kids off to college and they don't give a shit. But now they're actually seeing it, probably because their kids started taking Zoom classes. And they're like, this is insane. I didn't know my kid was being taught to hate white people and that black people are inferior.
well, it's not even just that. It's infiltrate the kids' programming. And no matter what you call it, critical race theory, critical theory, whatever, it's all the same shit. It's all intersectional.
Yes.
Just that critical race theory is critical theory applied to race. You could apply it to fucking gender, and that's what we've primarily seen like a lot before recently. It's like
the feminists. They're the ones that say like, there's a white male patriarchy that controls everything. Like, and again, what is this complex? It's oppressor, oppressed. Who is the oppressor? It's the straight white male. Who is the oppressed? Every minority group. Like, this is the simple framework that they use for everything. But did you guys learn anything else?
Well, one of the things, going back to CRT, one of the things that they rely on is storytelling, like storytelling, basically. Counter storytelling.
Right. The whole thing is a bunch of fucking stories.
Right. So to illuminate and explore lived experiences of racial oppression. Here's the problem, right? So and I'm trying to, and not only am I just trying to I'm trying to relay the information, but I'm trying to simplify it so that way even the most autistic of people can understand it, right?
I think you have to be autistic to really believe in it. Like, you have to have this sort of disconnect with reality to go and think everything. You can bring it down that simple. Like, oh yeah, I see a black man making less money than a white man. It has to be racist. It's the simplest explanation. They think that's.
So we'll just say let's take we'll let for the storytelling thing. Let's take CRT out of it. Like, let's just say racial whatever, right? We'll take that. So when you tell a story, right? So when you tell a story of your lived experience, right? How many times has somebody told you a story, right? Or somebody told you a story of a lived experience and you were like, and it was missing key information. Yeah. Naturally, it just misses key information, right? Oh, well, I got a fight with this one person, and then she was, I was like, well, bring it on, and then she was like, yada yada yada. Chances are that yada 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 was some pretty useful fucking information, right? That was completely left out. Oh, you called her some names, or oh, you threw the first punch, or you stole somebody's man, or you stole, like, there's a whole bunch of information that's usually left out within a particular story. That's like, and so you add race. Well, of course so even if you add race into it, the same concept applies. It's like, well, what happened? What did you say? What did you do? What were the surrounding elements within your lived experience? There's a reason why they say there's three sides to every story: his, hers, and the truth, right? Yeah. There's a reason why they say that, right? It's like there's so much within a particular experience or even a particular event, because your lived experience is an event, right? Whether you want to believe it or not, it is an event in time.
It's biased. It's incredibly biased. When you go and you can't really confirm it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm giving you my story. Right. We're doing this imagination play or whatever. It's like, see, I could see that being, and I think that they bastardized something from psychology. Like, because in psychology, it makes sense to tell someone your story because they're trying to go and fix your mental health issue.
Yeah. So like, yeah, and that's true too, Alex. There, whatever subjective, it doesn't matter what your subjective lived experience is, that there's still objective information within that particular event. Whether you want to believe it or not, there's still objective information to any lived experience or any event or anything, because it happened, right? It just happened, right? An event happened. What happened? You get to there's plenty of objective information that still is there, and whether you want to believe it or not. So, again, like another reason why this CRT just fucking falls apart at its very foundation. Let me see here. I'm trying to look through the.
Well, and I'll go through once you guys are done. The relevancy to this too is that Florida just banned critical race theory. Trump, when he was president, stopped funding to any critical race theory, and anything that involved white privilege, he put a full stop to all funding to that shit. But since Biden got in and they have free reign now, they've been ramping that shit back up.
Yeah. So I'm not. So I wonder what the term ban means, because like I'm not.
He stopped funding to these things.
Right. So if you stop government funding, yeah, I'm all for it. Right. That's. I don't want to say like, oh, you're not allowed.
DeSantis banning it.
Right.
I don't know what he did specifically.
Right.
They just frame as he banned.
I don't like banning. I don't like ban. Here's the thing. I almost never like banning anything from being taught in a school because, well, it's a fucking school.
Well, it's not teaching.
But I don't like.
Yeah, well, this isn't teaching though. This is.
But what I do agree with, but what I do agree with, if it's fucking propaganda, which it is.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want my tax dollars going to fucking fund that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the whole social sciences has that same issue because, like, how many of these like sociology classes and shit like that are just complete malarkey? You know, how much of this can you prove with the scientific method? You can't.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
like
that's the
it's
problem
not,
with sociology.
but it's not
fundamentally.
scientific in nature. It's not because it's subjective. It's not scientific in nature, and therefore,
honestly,
again,
I don't see why my federal taxpayer money, like, why my taxpayer money is going to fund anything other than like sciences to some degree.
Well, you know, the STEM shit. You know.
Well, yeah, like as long as you can prove it, or there's like there's some sort of objectivity to it. I agree. You know, I don't mind spending money on shit that's actually useful, but if it's just all this complete malarkey that you can't prove, why? You know, why even teach it? If it's just unprovable shit, it's just your opinion at that point. If you can't prove it, it's like subjective, and you should waste money on that.
The other thing with critical race theory is that it's not just like saying stuff. It's not just saying, oh, well, this country is created by white supremacists, so the Constitution is actually actually enforces white supremacy. Like that's just the tip of it. What they actually make kids do things. Like I'll read some of the stuff from what was on DeSantis' website about national examples of critical race theory. This is the first one. A Philadelphia elementary school forced fifth graders to celebrate black communism.
What? What school was this? Because I remember a while ago we found that like weird like black school. It was like pretty much all black kids went there. It was like the Wakanda school.
It could be that one. And simulated a Black Power rally to free Angela Davis from prison. At this school, 87% of students will fail to achieve basic literacy by graduation.
Yeah, but they'll know how to do that.
They'll know how to protest as a black communist.
Black Communism Month. God.
Yeah, that's very. Fuck, Discord got rid of I gotta open this up again. Yeah, that's very, very progressive, and it gets better. Here's the next one. A Seattle public school. Oh no, this is all Seattle public schools. Seattle public schools told teachers that the education system is guilty of quote spirit murder against black children, and that white teachers. I think it's like your ancestors. Your ancestors were racist, white supremacists that killed black people.
A fucking spirit murder, like you bring to schools, you're not supposed to be teaching about like religion and ghosts, but you bring up spirit murder. It's like fucking Dragon Ball. We're gonna use a spirit bomb today, folks. Like, what the fuck is this? This is fucking anime in real life.
The anime was more destructive to the West than we initially realized. So Seattle, they said that they would told teachers that the education system is guilty of spirit murder against black children, and that white teachers must quote bankrupt their privilege in acknowledgement of their thieved inheritance.
You know, why don't they just go out and say it like, hey, we don't want white teachers. Just go and say it. At least they'll be honest.
Yeah.
You know, say that we don't like white people. Get it out of their woodwork. You know, they know. They all believe it. But they just they're afraid to say it because they know people.
That's
they're
where
not.
it becomes very problematic for them.
But it's like a cult. Like it's like Scientology. They won't tell you about the stupid space aliens at the initial meeting, but you go to a few of them, they'll tell you about like whatever their bullshit beliefs are. You have to be like really deep in it.
Well, yeah, it's also too, and what you're gonna see too, I think, critical race theory is getting a really bad rap. The name is pretty toxic now, but I think you're just gonna see them do the same shit, but they're not gonna call it critical race theory. It's gonna be just a part of the curriculum, or an alternative viewpoint, or some other name that they're
The
gonna come up with.
sociological approach, because that's the same shit. Sociology and critical race theory are pretty much like
Hand in
intertwined.
hand.
Yeah. So as they have to, if they're going to ban it, they have to deeply define what the fuck it is, because you can't have loosely based shit, because these people are going to take advantage. These teachers are just going to change the fucking, they're just going to change the terminology and then teach the same shit basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. And I don't know how Florida defined it. I'd have to read the bill. But there are a few more examples I want to read here because it gets worse, if you could imagine. San Diego public schools accused white teachers of being colonizers on stolen Native American land and told them, "You are racist. You are upholding racist ideas, structures, and policies." That's all in quotes. They recommended that the teachers undergo anti-racist therapy.
I would love to get we should go.
We should go to one of those.
Yeah, I'd love to
And
record
then
that.
to debunk, let's just debunk that shit right away. Every
please.
person that exists in this fucking world exists because of colonialism in some fashion or another. Someone colonized a piece of every square inch of this fucking earth has been colonized by someone.
That still
right?
makes you a racist, Phil.
Right. So, and that's not just white people. That's, Indians were colonizing their other pieces of land before we even before we even got there, right? Before the, even the Spanish and the fucking, 1400s and shit. Like, every square inch of this fucking earth has been colonized by somebody. So to accuse somebody of, oh, you're an ancestor of colonization, so are you, bitch.
And
everyone.
It's also it's
You know
simply
who
not
was
you.
selling people into slavery? The white people, they weren't catching slaves in Africa. It was the black people selling each
Yeah,
other.
it was black. Yeah, it was black people that were fucking catching them and selling them.
Well, and the other thing too is it's simply why you're not. They're saying like you're not responsible for the sins of your father. You're not responsible for the sins of your great grandfather that you probably don't know who the fuck they are.
But
That's insane.
It's
It makes
ridiculous.
no sense, but I will give them this. At least they're consistent in their logic, because these are the same people that
What
are
logic?
saying...
What
well,
fucking logic?
They're the ones that say, we need reparations for black people because our ancestors were slaves. They're just now turning it the other way. They're like, oh, well, you then deserve to be punished because your ancestors were my slave owners.
But I mean, there's so many, because you could tell these people have no fucking, they have no real knowledge of history. Like, you could tell that these people have no knowledge of history, because well, what about the initial settlers, right? The Spanish settler, the people that went on the Nina Pinta Santa Maria, right? A lot of them were fucking criminals. You had people that were that were in debt. You had people that, I don't know. You had a whole bunch of people that were underprivileged. Okay, and then So what about what about the English settlers, right? The ones that were running away from England to go to fucking, to go to the New World, right? Like, how much did they have, right?
Well,
they probably didn't have shit.
I think they developed some sort of weird interpretation. It was called the Kyriarchy or some shit.
The what?
It's like the Kyriarchy, and it's this little thing you use to see how oppressed you are.
Yeah.
Oh no. We did this in an IST class on my last semester at Penn
Jeez.
State.
And see, that really disappoints me.
I have the screenshots and I need to send it to somebody, but we had an oppression matrix. And it was like, and people have talked about this. This happens in other schools today, in your elementary schools, where it's like, okay, this is the most oppressed person, a straight white male. But then they're the most oppressive person, and then below that, the most oppressive person is the straight white female. And then like it goes down this hierarchy where they rank people on how oppressive and oppressed you are. It's so insane, and people just sit there and they just okay. They don't think that it's some big deal that they're being brainwashed, and they put up with it.
What can you do as a kid in a class? Like you say
Raise
something.
hell.
Well, yeah, but then you get a shitty grade. And if you like some people, they have
campus reform with it. Like this is what the problem I've been having, because I would say shit and I could get away with it because number one, you know what you're talking about. If you know what you're talking about, you can back it up. You can usually get away with it. My grades were penalized for when I said some stuff that was milquetoast. Maybe poorly worded because we had a character limit in a paper, but I did get docked some points. This is when that happens. Go to campus reform. Give a bad name to that school for doing that, and you do it enough times and they're eventually going to have to change or apologize or do something. You got to keep the pressure on.
Well, didn't that Sam guy from Penn State, didn't he like brag about being on one of those dangerous professor lists?
Yeah, I think he was on one of those lists. It's on his Wikipedia page, isn't it?
Yeah, he was like it was like something like Dershowitz or something, or I don't know, some guy put him on some sort of list. What the fuck? No. Yeah, like they put him on some sort of list, and like he's just like, oh, haha, that's funny.
Well, because like, he's one of those professors too that's very well known, probably has a pretty good paycheck, and he's basically safe. He's probably tenured.
What do you think? Do you think that colleges are going to go and penalize someone for being too woke?
No, but the thing you can do is keep applying the pressure till other people start waking up to this and they stop sending their kids there, or they start raising hell and you get the alumni to stop donating.
Good luck with that. Like, how does this work at any sort of like mainstream school? Like, I could see at some sort of university, like Bible University or Brigham Young or something. I could see that, but at like the main state school, Penn State.
Well, I think part of the problem is there is no organized effort to do this because not enough people care. Because frankly, too many conservatives are lazy and they don't do anything about it. And I do understand, like, yeah, you have a lot against you, but nobody's tried it at a large, effective scale, and that's part of the problem. Is like, well, let's just try it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but nobody's tried it.
He's got a bubble shield, Sean.
I know. I was hoping. Oh, he did come out. I was hoping to get him on the way out. The other things in this, there's a couple more examples. So it's really a beauty. Is this one already read? No, this is a new one. An elementary school in Cupertino, California. Again, elementary school. Elementary. Forced third graders to deconstruct their racial identities, then rank themselves according to their power and privilege. Can you imagine sending your, what is that, like a 10-year-old? A 6-year-old? And then their teacher goes, okay, what's your race, Johnny? White. What's
well, look
your
at where
gender?
the race.
Male. Alright, that's a lot of power you have there, a lot of privilege.
Where's space up? Cupertino, California. Isn't that where like Google's headquartered?
That's where Apple is headquartered, and I don't know if I think Google's near there. It's Silicon Valley.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, do you think they're really gonna raise that much of a fucking fuss?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not talking about those schools. Like Penn State is a different, very different environment in terms of like the state it's in than California. Like Pennsylvania is half blue, half red. California is mostly blue.
Who's going to college though?
Well, the kids are mostly left wing because they're kids, but the parents is where things change. There's a lot of conservative kids that send their liberal kids to Penn State.
Well, how many fucking you know, people are actually going to be paying attention to that. Like, how many parents?
They don't, and that's what my point is like, I love seeing, and well, you are seeing this actually, is look at all these videos of parents at the public schools, the elementary schools, that are rising up and giving these schools shit for this. It's effective, it's working, because it's happening at a large scale, and it's happening every school board meeting. You're having parents of all races, genders, and actually what the best part is, it's mostly moms. The moms have bigger balls than the dads, frankly.
Because the dads aren't going to school board meetings because they're at work.
Well, no, these are usually after work.
Do you think that it's usually the moms, you know, for better or for worse, they tend to deal with a lot of the school shit. Like, I know. At least in my experience, like, my mom was the one always involved with that. My dad, you know.
And they're rising up. They're coming to these school board meetings and giving them hell, and they're citing examples of, like, hey, my kid was told to rank their power and privilege. And they're giving them shit for it. These clips are going viral, and it's now giving critical race theory a bad name. It's effective. It's working. They know it's working, which is why they're panicking over this. So it's great seeing that. I mean, it's amazing, and you just gotta keep doing it. You rarely saw this stuff. You saw a little bit of this stuff during, like, the Tea Party revolution, where you had people that were just normal moms and dads actually starting to do things. But this is at such a large scale that it's actually becoming effective. And, you know, it's still going on, so there's still a lot more to happen. The other examples here, though, is a middle school in Springfield, Missouri, which is a red state, forced teachers to locate themselves on an oppression matrix. I had to do one of those. Claiming that white heterosexual Protestant males are inherently oppressors and must atone for their, quote, covert white supremacy.
Yeah, see, I think anything that mentions white supremacy, like, that's a good way to go and find this shit, you know. Does it mention white supremacy?
Well, what Trump did was he stopped funding to anything that mentioned white privilege, which I think is actually even better, because that's an inherently Marxist term.
Well, yeah, but then they'll just go and use other words like white supremacy, whiteness. Like, you'll start getting them to be autistic with it.
I know, and that's what we're going to start seeing. And then there's two more here. The second last one is a Buffalo public school. Buffalo public schools, all of them, taught students that, quote, all white people perpetuate systemic racism and force kindergartners to watch a video of dead black children warning them about, quote, racist police and state-sanctioned violence who might kill them at any time. What the fuck?
Well, that's maybe too. It's these stupid fucking liberal places that are doing some of this crazy shit, and they're the ones that aren't, you know, having white, like, anti-racist, you know, anti-CMT or whatever laws.
CRT.
Yeah, CRT.
Not the TVs. But no, they're literally. Can you imagine, like, your kindergartners getting showed, like, basically Black Lives Matter propaganda and saying, yeah, cops are gonna kill you.
Well, yeah, then they keep talking about this, like, they mention this, some sort of, like, fucking talk. Wait, is Hobo still on? Oh, did he leave? Did he leave?
I think we scared him.
Oh shit, oh, never
Maybe
mind.
He'll come back. He's gonna give us a Yao update, so he'll send me some stuff.
No, I was gonna ask him about that, because he's black, I think. Like, because they keep saying that, like, apparently...
Just assume his race? Bigot.
Hold up now.
Yeah, I think I was right, Mike. Now, Hobo.
Somebody say black?
I keep seeing this shit, like, on the news, like, you know, that, like, every black kid gets told that, like, you know, they're out to get you. Is that something that happens to every black person when they're, like, a teen or whatever?
They're out to get you?
Yeah, like, the cops and, like, society, they're gonna hate you and shit. Is that, like, a real thing? I've seen this mentioned.
I haven't been told exactly that. But I was told that I would have to work harder.
Yeah, it's life,
and that
man.
was about it.
Yeah, because, like,
a lot of my history teachers were actually Republican.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Well, see, like, I don't know where I was at. I had a couple, like, really bad liberal teachers. Most of them were either apolitical or they.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
You're 25. I'm 25 too.
Oh, good shit. Oh,
where are you from?
I'm around the Pennsylvania. You know, we all met in the PA.
That's Liberalville right there.
Well, see, it
Nah,
depends
where
where
he
you're
was from. He was in Redneckville.
Yeah, we had more. At least when I first started going to college or high school, there was more trucks and cars in the lot. And then my year fucked it up. We had a bunch of pussies. You know, we got like a lot of preppy, douchebag, like swag kids. That was
kids. That
yeah, swag. Yeah, they were really into like preppy swag. You know, gangs. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
you know, it smells. You know, like I don't know where they get their shit from. Like,
Axe. Do they have axe on them?
well, I don't know if I think it's every like elementary or middle school though. Like, but or high school. It's fucking gem. They're just all these sort of douchebag preppy bullshit kids. All we were going to college. Or, like before then, we had some cool people. Like we used to have people who would, I told you some of the pranks, and it was a common thing to see people flying the rebel flag in the parking lot.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, you were in redneck school.
Yeah, but see, like my year, I don't think they did that. I think there's only a handful of trucks in the parking lot when I was there too.
Bro, we didn't have anybody flying any Confederate flags.
I mean, it's stupid because PA's, it was a northern state, but that's how you knew the sort of population.
Yeah.
That went to this school district, but they were decent for the most part. You know, we had a few incidents, but it was a pretty decent place. I mean, we had we had a lot of people coming up from Baltimore, and that's what gave us the preppy and like gangster shit.
Well, you got preppy and gangster, because preppy's rich kids, and then you got like gangsters coming in, starting to
we had, man, like, well, we had the people from Baltimore coming up here to go get away from the crime. They're bringing that shit over there. Like, see,
they're bringing crime, they're bringing drugs,
and like, man, it was crazy because like when I first started going here, like my whole area where my parents were at, there's like a bunch of farms, and now there's like I think a handful left, but like there was farms fucking everywhere. You know, now there ain't shit. Now we just get a bunch of people making houses. You know?
Yeah, I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out here in Frisco, Texas. It's like a suburb of Dallas.
Oof.
This shit, man, right here Frisco used to be nothing but farmland with a population of 7,000 people. Now they're building a city around it.
Well, the last example of critical race there I want to mention was in Arizona. The Arizona Department of Education created a, quote, equity toolkit, claiming that babies show the first signs of racism at 3 months old, and that white children become, quote, strongly biased in favor of whiteness by age 5. Holy shit.
I hate this word whiteness. Man, it's like...
What does that even mean, whiteness?
They use it to describe like everything negative, and then you mention blackness, and it's all like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, I don't like this, like this charged shit. Like, there's no whiteness.
Yeah, I did. Did you at the age of 5 go, "Oh shit, I'm white"? Wow, it's amazing. No,
Dude,
you never said that.
I didn't give a shit about that stuff back then. You know,
yeah, these niggas are crazy.
No, probably not. I don't know. It's pretty.
Hey guys, at 5,
no,
at 5,
I meant all of us, not just you. I'm not saying you were dumb.
Hey guys, at 5, was your first words the N word?
Yes.
No, I was not gay.
Was that your first word? That was your first word?
I was not a gamer at the age of 5. It took me a few years.
I said, you know what, man? These niggas is crazy.
Demonetized. But yeah, no, it's just he's like, where are they basing this off of? Is there any science that goes,
no, there is. This is an
you have a clan robe at the age of 5.
It's unscientific. Go ahead.
At some point, they're just making this shit up. I'm like,
well,
come on now.
I think that's like these social sciences just started out because, they need to do something with all the veterans after World War II, and they didn't want to give them hard shit. And that's where like sociology came from. Like psychology really started jumping off around that time, and it got worse because like at least back then people were pretty base, and they weren't full of shit.
Yeah, no, it's a completely different world we live in. It still has these same crazy things. But is there anything else you and Phil would like to share with us that we didn't cover on? Because I know you guys do a lot. research into this.
Dude, I looked at like the Wikipedia article for like 10 minutes. That's
I
not a
actually
lot.
have research for this show.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what we did lately, probably.
Yeah.
We've dropped the ball in some ways, but it's gonna get better, folks. Probably.
Get
Maybe.
better all the
I wasn't
time.
invested. I wasn't too invested. I was watching Doctor Sleep.
Ooh, I stuck him.
Do you have anything else, Phil?
Phil?
Did we use the Phil?
Fuck.
That's muted.
Where'd Phil go? Did he fall asleep already?
He's getting that boomer age, man.
Phil, where do you go that I can't follow?
The men's room,
The man's
the ladies' room.
Room.
Alright, since we have you on Hobo, I don't want to keep up any longer, but what's your YAO update that you were telling me about, that you've uncovered some things? You want to give us a TLDR?
It ain't really too much. It's basically, well, it's basically some evidence that I've had. Well, some evidence that I had. That I don't know if you can post this on the video post production or something like that.
No, I won't be
But
able to.
or if you're gonna make another video involving that. But yeah, a while back, I forgot that a while back that a guy told me in August that Maggie brought in two other gal workers. One of her was her intern, and they both filed a sexual assault claim, all three, on a higher up.
Do we know
And
which
basically,
Sean,
I
is this
can't say- I
Maggie
don't want to
that
say
you
his
know?
name. I don't want to say his name. I mean, we're just gonna say Maggie, because Maggie made herself public.
Okay.
It's the one that publicly came out. I don't want to say the other guy's name, because because he's gonna be on my ass.
So she basically
But-
hired two people that made some sexual assault, filed sexual assault claims.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she basically like got two other women to file sexual assault claim.
Oh, she got
Now
them.
I posted this on the Yao2 hashtag. I think Mr. Maul here, or what's your name again?
Will call me Maul.
Yeah, Maul here, Mr. Maul here would know that she mysteriously quote unquote took a break from Twitter by deactivating her profile. It's now up now, but she quote unquote took a break from Twitter. Now while this happened, I posted this on two different threads. I posted my original post, and I posted on somebody said that Maggie disappeared. Did she get suspended? Like, no. I said maybe it has something to do with this. You know, kind of want just to start. You know, I'm gonna admit I've been a kind of a bad boy. I like to troll y'all a little bit, kind of stir the pot. You know, I even make prank calls to my old bosses sometimes.
Man,
And
who
I have
doesn't
this
like
app.
doing that?
My friend has this app where he freaking he can freaking disguise his number.
Oh, dude,
He can
you
make them
can
call
do
each
that.
other.
I've seen that before, too. I've done that. Make it look
Yeah.
like someone else and then fuck with them. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've been doing that for a better part of a while. But I also got drunk and cussed up my old director as well.
Jesus.
So, and then another director came up and said, "Yo, fuck off, man." Like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I told him I'm sorry about that. You know, he said, you can't be just cussing people out. You can't just be cussing people out at midnight, man.
That's the
That
best
shit,
time to
you
do
can't be
it.
doing that shit. Like, what the fuck's your problem? You can go to jail for this. I'm
Nah,
like, dude, I didn't
bullshit.
threat. Like, you can play like I don't think I threatened him. Like, I didn't threaten him. I just called him a piece of shit for about 5 minutes. All right.
Oof.
Oh, man, they sip a fuck. Oh, no. I got shit.
But yeah, freaking. But yeah, prior to posting this, well, after posting this, the screenshot, a mysterious figure. Maggie deleted her deactivated her Twitter. A mysterious person going by the name of LP Sunnyvale, Canada. She's I guess this person from Canada. Basically, just childishly berated my screenshot. And he said, "Oh, did anybody reputable post to this?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, the person was a former higher up from Yao, so he's pretty credible." And this person's response was, you'll find out why I'm saying her in a minute, because I have a theory of who it is. This person's response was, "Well, your source is wrong. Stop harassing sexual survivors of rape, you jackass." And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I mean, and then this person went to another one of my threads and then said, "Oh, this person mentioned the kitchen incident."
Oh, geez.
You know,
Well, not the
and
kitchen
starts saying, "Oh,
incident.
you did this in the kitchen. You jerked off in the kitchen." That's why I'm like, well, what does it have to do with the post at hand? He said, "That's because you're a creep and you're trying to overcompensate by trying to discredit a survivor of rape."
Hey man, you want to jack off in the kitchen? Yeah, more power to you. You know who hasn't jacked off in the kitchen before?
Especially when they make you sleep in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
know,
said, first off,
jack
that's
off
not
in your
true.
fucking bed. You know,
It's
and
private
they're like
property. You
throwing
can do whatever you want.
they're throwing 20
So, yeah,
people
like-
in a room. You know, that's some fucked up shit.
I told her, like, first off, not true. Secondly, like, even if it was true, at least I'm not a freaking rapist. All right, so don't freaking come at me with that. He said, "Oh yeah, but it doesn't matter. You jerked off in the kitchen.
Who
How
cares?
can anybody believe a person who jerked off in the kitchen? You're just mad. You're just like a disgruntled. You're just bitter." And then, like, I never heard from this person after I freaking like end the conversation. This person hasn't really posted ever since. And then the very next day, mysteriously, Maggie puts back her account, and this person still hasn't posted.
Yeah.
My theory is, I could be wrong. I could be incredibly wrong. So just take it with a grain of salt. I think Maggie made like an alt account and fucking posted that, and then came back to say, "Hey, I'm back." Because then once she blocked my first two accounts, I make an alt account, right? And I post the same screenshots on there. She just doesn't post anything. Now nobody says anything.
Now, were these claims that she got these people to make, like these sexual assault claims, are they credible? Like, did they actually happen?
Like I said, I heard this from a former higher up. So, I mean, I can't say. I mean, yeah, they did happen because everybody like knew about it, and then So
really
freaking
it's more allegations that are true.
He was fired by Cliff. And he was fired by Cliff. He said he heard Cliff say, "Listen, this is obviously bullshit, but we can't have you. You have to go today." So
well,
I've also got some ire from I'm also got some ire from the TPUSA accuser, Mrs. Rondo, Olivia Rondo, the wrestler. Yeah, I got into some beef with her. I told her she took a picture of herself. I told her she had a fat forehead. And then once again they mentioned the kitchen story. Oh, the guy who got jerked off in the kitchen got something to say. I said, I sure do. I said, bitch, I sure do. And then he freaking blocks me. And then I said, oh, so you get, and then I go into an alt account. I said, oh, so you getting mad because what? What, I'm roasting you? Mad because I'm styling on you? And then she basically blocks that account. And And then I make another account saying, "Why are you running? Why are you running?" Then she tried to out me on Twitter. Said, "This guy right here is known for jacking off in the kitchen. He's extremely perverted. Women beware." I said, "Bitch, I don't even go on Twitter like this. So you're doing absolutely nothing."
That's the funniest shit too. It's like, oh, you raped, so no, I just jacked off in the kitchen. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. It's every male has done it. 97% of males have jacked off in their life, and 2% are lying.
Yeah. And if that's where you're fucking staying because they can't give you a full room, that's on Turning Point. Not giving you your own room to have any sort of privacy. Like, what sort of fly-by-night operation's that?
That's a Young American, not Turning Point. But
yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, Turning Point, whatever.
Oh my god, I looked at her content, and by God, is her content fucking boring. Like, she has a YouTube channel, Olivia Rondo.
Well,
it is.
Speaking of Turning Point, though, did you see, Alex, I think I posted in our chat, that Charlie is now shilling for these pain relief supplements on TV?
Which pain relief ones? I think I know.
The one that Gorka does, too.
Yeah, they all do that same stupid shit.
Yeah, but Charlie's on there, like, and he says, "I've had back pain for 10 months. It's like, when I sit down, in 10 minutes, I get back pain. But then, I got fair relief, whatever the fuck it's called." And then he's like in the ad, like throwing like a football.
It's like a fucking relief factor. I've seen that shit.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. It's just so bad.
I mean, it's like Raid Shadow Legends. They need the fucking money.
Huh?
It's like Raid Shadow Legends. They just need the fucking money.
Yeah, but I recommend you at least try to look at Mrs. Olivia Rondo's content. At least a little bit. It's just basically an echo chamber. It's basically just an hour and 10 minutes of people just saying stuff and agreeing with each other, which is like vintage boring content right there. I'm like really? She talked to Blair White, which was impressive that she got her on there.
Nice.
And everything, but like I said, it was completely boring.
Yeah, I didn't care about fucking Blair White. Who cares? Oh, I'm a woman and I'm a Republican. Oh, look at me. One of those fake fucking conservatives.
That's what she is. She's one of those conscious conservatives. She's like the Amazing Lucas.
Just like Candace Owens, like, oh, I'm this, typically liberal minority group. Look, watch me only because I'm not like the others. I'm not like the other, black girls.
Contrarian conservative. That's basically what she is. I looked at her sexual assault.
That's so played out.
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, brother. I looked at her sexual assault story, right? And I do believe that she said that in Turning Point, she was warned about this particular individual. And for some reason, she decided to go to his room at 1 o'clock in the morning to drink with him.
That's kind of stupid. That's what happened. I remember reading this story, and she was hanging out with this dude that she wanted to, like, I don't know. I forget if she wanted to get with him. I have to read it, but she met up with this dude. And then they ended up in a room, and I think she thought it was going to be consensual or something, and then it was not. I forget how it went.
She thought it was going to be consensual. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I forget. I need to... Oh, no, she got drunk. That's what happened. She got drunk, and then I forget if it was a rape or just like a general sexual assault.
It sounded like he just...
And who was this? Was this Blair White?
No. She has.
This was Olivia Rondo.
So Blair White though has been sexually assaulted though, which I do believe. But I think with the Olivia girl, she was at a conference and she starts hanging out with this dude that she seemed attracted to, I think, and then he got her super drunk, and then did some bad stuff.
I remember that one. Yeah, I think I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm
like, what the fuck?
I'm like, prior to hanging with the dude, she was warned several times that, hey, this guy's a creeper. This guy's a creeper. Be careful around him.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think she said. I gotta read the story again.
Yeah, I don't remember her being warned. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't remember that. But I know she told other people after this happened about it, and nobody's going to do anything. And I don't know. It's all really weird. It's all allegedly.
Yeah, her story does seem kind of weird. Her story does seem weird. I don't want to blame the victim.
But what happened with Blair
but
White now? I'm curious. Like, how did this sexual assault happen?
I don't know. I don't even know if she even publicly explained it, but she did publicly say she was sexually assaulted. It was in one of her videos. I forget. I don't know the lore on it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It was before she transitioned, I think. And that's why I'm saying I do believe it.
Was this at like turning point, or is this?
Yeah, I think this is before she was in all this shit. Again, I don't know any of the details. I just know she has said that she has been sexually assaulted.
Oh yeah, I was gonna try to go to CPAC, but I'm afraid of running it. Huh?
That's another fuck fest.
Yeah. And then thing is, I'm afraid of running into one of those. Y'all remember this? Oh, you were freaking harassing us online on Twitter. You were DMing us. You were freaking trolling us, prank calling us. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna message Phil and see if what happened to him. Alright.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, two situation. We can talk about Lauren Daughtery. You know, well, what do you guys think that you know, that's the new president of Yao. Her and she has a vice president called Catherine Brackbill. Now, I've sent you another screenshot of this of a guy of Chad Liberty, our friend Chad Liberty.
Chad.
The guy who doesn't like me very much, the guy who, you know, who freaking try to roast me every chance he gets. But he told me that the current vice president now leaked some of the grievances, the names of the victims, to Cliff Maloney, so that he can retaliate.
Oh, that's awful. Jesus.
So I sent you that, Catherine Brackbill, that she's responsible for leaking some of the names of the victims. So as far as Lauren Daughtery is concerned, I don't really know much about her. All I know is that most female leaders does not have the best track record when it comes to leading some, and Yao has been taking some financial hits.
Well,
I got a friend
not because of her. Let's be real. That's
I know that with the combination of COVID, losing the elections, and freaking
it's their
freaking
dying
scandal.
Organization, and now they have an organization that's run by a rapist. Was run by a rapist, alleged rapist. Yeah, that's why donors pulled out. Nobody likes libertarians. Nobody likes the Libertarian Party. It's just it's an organization that just is a total like it makes no sense in 2021. At least Turning Point tries to be conservative.
Well, I mean,
I just don't see there's not enough differentiation. They all seem like the same sort of fucking cults.
Well, the difference with Yao is that they're libertarian, so they have all these like libertarians. Like,
well, then Turning Point kind of libertarian as well.
They started off that way, but they lean more conservative, and now they try to position themselves as the conservative organization on campuses.
I think all of them try to do that.
No, Yao's different. They try to frame themselves as libertarian. You know, they're more into Ron and Rand Paul, whereas Charlie was more into Trump because he was grifting, but Charlie, that is. But Yao is obsessed with these like obscure libertarians that nobody cares about, except Rand Paul, really. But you know, okay. Let me put it this way: at Turning Point Conference, you're gonna see people wearing shirts that say "Christ is King," and you know, Trump 2024.
We're gonna see fucking girls with you know, shooting out money
Yeah.
crowd, and you're gonna see like whores galore.
Well, that's the turning point national, yes, but I mean, like in terms of the students, the makeup of it is you're gonna see these pro-Trump students, but a libertarian YAOCon at a YAO convention, you're gonna see people wearing shirts that say legalize domestic heroin. Like it's two very different groups.
Speaking of YAOCon, they are having an event.
Well, at the fucking turning point one, they're probably gonna be doing fucking heroin.
Yeah, they're having an event. They're having an event in August, and I was thinking about going. It's sold out now. But I was thinking about going for shits and giggles.
Oh yeah, get some free pussy, you know. Actually,
there are none. There are none. What are you talking about?
Well, I thought you said one of them was a fuck fest.
Oh, that's CPAC. That's the TPUSA SAS conferences. But with YAO, there's like females are an endangered species there. They just don't exist. They're endangered. They're near extinction. I mean,
Or they're 17.
Yeah, because hey, age of consent. What does that mean in libertarian land? You know, they're very, very, and that's why I send the videos that I noticed this from our chapter. When my girlfriend went to a YAOCon, she noticed immediately that there are no chicks, and it's weird. Like any group that doesn't have girls, there's a problem. I'm sorry, it's not normal.
I don't know, like.
Now that a chick is running it, I think it's,
I don't know. I think there's reasons to be wary of the women in certain groups.
No, I get you, but what I'm saying is any normal group is going to attract women to it. Good or bad, they're going to attract a decent.
Well, yeah, look what woman that we got at, you know, our Bull Moose club.
Bull Moose? But yeah, Bull Moose isn't normal.
Well, back before we had. Well, before.
No, oh, I see what you mean now. The Trump Club.
I'm sorry, what club?
Yeah, you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, it was back in the day. We had a Trump Club at Penn State when CRs were cucks and when endorsed Trump. We made a Trump Club. And I joined it. And a bunch of others did. But that club, though, yeah, it did have some crazy people, don't get me wrong. But it did also have some normal people.
Yeah, they got scared away after, like, day 2.
Yeah, they did.
Normal.
But when I was chapter president of our Turning Point chapter, on our first meeting we had more girls than ever before, and we had a lot of normal girls actually stay. Like we had a decent, consistent group of girls, and that is what you want to see. It's not going to be the majority because men are more interested in politics usually, especially on campuses.
Well, in right-wing politics, at least.
Yes, right-wing politics, yeah, should be more specific, yes. But at YAO, it's like women just are not, they're an endangered species. It's weird. And these are people that don't usually have girlfriends, that don't talk to girls, or if they do, they're very awkward.
Women are like a Where's Waldo painter.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I think that's like, find the girl. Alright. Oh no, there's just nothing but awkward females. I mean, awkward males.
Yep.
I get some autistic females in there too.
Well, yeah, and the thing too is like with our Trump Club and with more or less Turning Point is at least our chapter is that there's a healthy balance with everything. It's like yeah, you have some crazy because you're always gonna, but by and large, most people are normal, cool people, and we're all friends. And there was both genders present. These other ones I noticed, like, whenever it's an ineffective organization, whenever it's a weird, obscure organization that has problems, they don't have normal people, and they most certainly don't have girls.
Yeah,
unless it's a cult.
Yeah, cut.
Yeah, well, like sororities, you know.
Yeah, like sororities.
For, like, some of these makeup sales, like these scams.
Oh, God, yeah.
They have their own version of cut.
Yeah, but in terms of that,
I think he's asleep.
Oh, no.
There we go. He's.
Yeah, but in terms of that, yeah, that was a dying organization.
Yep, exactly. They've been dying for years, and it's like this scandal is like the big final nail in the coffin.
I still don't understand. Like they got YAF, they got all these other fucking bullshit orgs. They all just seem the
Yeah.
same.
Well, no, they do have some similarities, don't get me wrong, in terms of, like, a lot of these are fuckfests, a lot of these have some pretty toxic people, a lot of these have some of the common issues, but Yao is different. Yaf is one of those that's very similar to Turn Point. Like, I don't know what's different about it, except that they're less popular and they're pretty jerky.
Yeah, they just have all the speakers. It's a bottom up or a top down organization.
Kind of, yeah. But there's some other things I want to talk about this show, actually. I hope Phil comes back and we can talk about. But, you remember that chick, speaking of grifters, remember that chick in Baltimore that was running for mayor? And she was framing herself as a black conservative running in Baltimore. Remember that girl?
Yeah,
I saw that commercial. It was a pretty good commercial.
Yeah, a video that made every GOP donor just like cream their pants and give her $1 million.
Oh boy, what she grift? Like we found out that she was lying about something. I assume.
Well, she got into a little beef with, funny enough, Candace Owens. And say what you will about Candace, let's put that aside for a second. She normally doesn't call out people on the right. She called out Ben Shapiro, I remember a few times in the past, rightfully so. But she called out Kim Klacik because Kim Klacik quote tweet Candace, when Candace said, "Sometimes I wonder if ever Black America will wake up to the psychological warfare and perpetual brainwash to believe everything is racist." And Kim said, "Believe it or not, many in Black America are very aware the fight is classism rather than racism. Unfortunately, the loudest mouths with the largest platforms misrepresent the majority. This may come as a shock to you because of your lack of engagement with black people." So firing some shots.
Yeah, that's true.
That was what Kim Klacik said to Candace.
Well, to be fair, it's fucking true. Like, look at who's like if Candace Owens is speaking, who do you think is going to be most of the audience?
White people, white Republicans.
Yeah. Yes, it's just like, oh, she's like one, she's saying the right things. Like, dude, she's just a fucking. I think Candace Owens is a grifter.
Yeah,
I think so too. I've always thought of her as a grifter.
Yeah, and like I said, maybe there'll be some disagreements when we think of Candace, but what she did point out was Val with Kim Klacik, where she said, "While you were busy hustling millions of dollars out of Republicans for a race that was not winnable, my nonprofit, which employs all minorities, was busy starting 40 chapters across the nation that does events in black neighborhoods every weekend. We are not the same. While you were busy scamming checks from Republicans from a video, I raised $300,000 for black businesses that were destroyed during the BLM riots. We're not the same." Oof.
Okay, let me call the police. There's been a murder. There's been a murder. That's a murder. That was a massacre.
Yes.
I'm like, dude.
Like I said,
what was her response? She has no response.
No, she did. She deleted her original tweet attacking Candace.
Exactly. Like, dude, she murdered that tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man.
That's why I said, say what you will about Candace, take away the preconceptions. She nailed her on that.
She needs to go to jail for that type of murder, man. It was like fucking. It was like fucking.
Did you hear the tweet when I read it out, Alex?
No.
So Candace's reply to Kim Klacik.
Oh, I did hear those ones.
Yeah, she basically said she was scamming people, and she says, "I raised $300,000 for black businesses that were destroyed during the BLM riots." It's like, oof. And then you want to know what Kim Klacik did in response?
What?
She
Blocker?
deleted the original tweet. Yep. She deleted her tweet where she called out Candace.
Why does it keep fucking up my...
Fucked her
Do you
up.
have no audio either?
No, I mean, that's not what I'm worried about. It's my keybinds.
Oh.
There's audio. It's just really low on this one.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I think it's a Halo 1, right?
Yeah, my fucking keybinds. They always get fucked up on this.
Somebody explain to me what Juneteenth Day is. No, I'm
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were.
I thought you would know.
Yeah, man.
I don't
I'll
know,
tell
something
you what
about
it is.
slavery, something about freaking.
So it was
Oh yeah,
basically
it was about freeing the Irish slaves, right? The white Irish slaves.
it was basically the I think the day like the last slaves were freed, or when some slaves in Texas were informed that they were freed. I forget specifically, but the problem I have with it is, that's all good. That's fine. If we want to have a day where we celebrate the emancipation of slaves, I think that's a good thing, showing America's progress. The problem is the intent of the people who are pushing this is to push it as Juneteenth Black Independence. They're trying to, and they even say this, they're trying to make their own Independence Day. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, where everything white people in America creates racist in the olden days. Like even Independence Day. So we're going to make our own.
Well, they have their own Black national anthem now too, apparently.
Well, that's what it's all doing. It's
Take.
all we're destroying the old and making our own stuff for our own minority groups. And the bill that Joe Biden signed that made it a federal holiday specifically says that this is a Black Independence Day.
It's fine. Fuck it. I make it that. But we're still celebrating 4th of July. Too.
Yeah, well, for how long though? I mean,
Yeah. That's white Independence Day. We don't want to, because by that logic, if that's Black Independence Day, and the other one's just white.
No. I mean, to me, it's just the country that we were born, that I was born in. It's the day we became an independent country from England. Not the white people, no, just the freaking country in general. So I was born here.
I'm surprised they don't have a new holiday for like the day, like the first time that like fucking Obama. What was it, the January 6th or whatever should be a new holiday for when Obama got elected.
I thought you were saying January 6th. I was like, holy shit.
Well, because isn't that when Obama took power? They would technically.
Everybody takes power on January 20th, I think.
Oh, God,
January 20th is Inauguration Day.
Yeah, I'm surprised that isn't, like, just in general, I'm surprised that's not a federal holiday.
Well, I was a little surprised that for the longest time Christmas Eve wasn't a federal holiday, but Trump made a federal holiday, which is good. Because
most places give you off for that.
What?
Most places do give you off for that.
Right, but now it's a federally mandated holiday where it's like, yeah, you can't make people work today.
Well, I mean, I've worked holidays before. It's federal government.
It's gay.
It's big.
Holidays, big gay.
Especially when you don't even get paid overtime for it. That's really big gay.
It's very big gay. Obviously, I'm kidding when I say gay. If anybody kills me for that. But no, that leads me to a discussion that we were having last night that I think, is something that isn't talked about at all in the national conversation. And it's something, honestly, I think should become a mainstream thing we push for, which is, in America, we have this obsession with working. And I know people are going to be like, what are you talking about? Most people in this country are lazy. Yes, there are a lot of lazy people, but there are a lot of people that work 9 to 5 jobs, 5 days a week, and only get a week, 2 weeks of vacation a year. But in Europe, they get months. They get months of vacation. And people think that...
I think they might get a month.
No, some of them get I think Germany gets a 3 months or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's something like that. I forget, but the point is, Europe, yes, they're pretty cucked in a lot of ways, and thank God we left them. But I think they're right on the vacation thing, because we have this just I think silly idea that we have to work every day in this country. And I work hard, but what about enjoying life?
Well, it's not even just that. It's, you're working all this time, and what do you have to show for?
Yeah.
And it's not even just you're working, that many, you only have this many holidays. It's, you're going to be working, most people work more than 8 hours a day, because most people don't get off, for their lunchtime. not include. So in all reality, and they're required to go take that lunch. They're working like 8.5, 9 hours,
Right.
and then
And then
heaven
what do you
forbid.
do? What do? You have like 2 days off on the weekend. You go back to work, and then you die. You just spent your whole life just working for what? Some big
Did you just
corpo?
reference? Did you just reference Bittersweet Symphony?
What's that?
No, don't
Is that
even.
an
The
anime?
song "It's a Bittersweet Symphony That's Life."
Oh shit! I didn't actually. Unintentional
Trying to
reference.
make me. Okay.
But like I don't know, people just work. They work all the time over in America. It feels, and what do you really have to show for it? You don't. You end up spending money. Like you might make more money in America, but you spend more money to go and get that time back.
Well, you know
It's
what
like
I'm starting to think this is rooted in?
what?
Like, I think it started with just a strong worth ethic of building our nation, but I think it's now rooted in corporatism. Like,
Yeah,
who wins in all of this? It's the big corpos. Not just because they have you at, at making them profit every day, but you make money that you spend on Amazon, on Target. Like, we have a consumer culture that's obsessed with spending, constantly spending. Some people are like restless, like I have to buy something. I can't just save money, I gotta buy. And so who would want to promote this insane work culture more than anyone? It's the big corpos, or any corpo, because you're making them money and then you're buying shit from them.
yeah. No, I agree with that. Like it's just wasteful. It's just incredibly wasteful because you're spending all this money. Oh yeah, I'm working this many hours, and then what are you spending that on for like childcare because you're working all the time. On healthcare because you have to go and you have like high blood pressure because you're working all the time. And then like it's not gotten any better. It's gotten worse over time. Like for a while, like back, it's one thing I'll give like unions. At least they tried to enforce that like 40-hour work week, or at least you get overtime. Now a lot of places you're fucking salaried. You don't get
Mm-hmm.
overtime. You get no overtime, even if you work 80 hours a week.
Which is
Oh yeah,
insane.
that you should at least be required. Like if even if you're salary, you get paid something. Like
If you're working, you should get paid. Period.
mm-hmm.
Any second you're working for a company, you should get paid. You're providing a service. It's just, I think, honestly, maybe I'm just young, and I know people are going to say, oh, you're young and idealistic. Well, maybe. But maybe there's something wrong here. And maybe we're just accepting something that's, honestly, maybe it's just my personality type. I'm not a Marxist or anything. But maybe it's just my personality type where I want to have more to life than just going to some corporation and being an ass in the seat.
Well, honestly, how productive are you if you're working over 8 hours a day, anyways? Like, unless
Yeah.
you're working in a factory, if you're a fucking desk worker, why do you even need to work 8 hours a day?
Yeah, honestly, everybody should have 3-day weekends. I think weekends should all be 3 days.
I agree. I used to work that, like, I used to do 10-hour shifts, but fuck it, it was worth it.
You want to know what I do now? I live in a trailer in security, and I literally oversee a site. I literally live on site. It's a security job where you live on the site in a trailer. So I oversee construction sites and I protect the lumber. And I work split shifts. That's 5 to 7 in the morning, and then that's 5 to 9 at night. And then I have to work a full 15 hours Saturday and Sunday. I can't leave the site at all, technically.
Oh man, that sucks.
But it's like, I mean, again, I know a lot of people that are fine with this 9 to 5, work till you die sort of mentality. And yeah, my voice crack was lovely, wasn't it? But I'm just the type of person. Oh shit, I'm getting killed. I just look and I think I only have a limited time on this planet. It's not long. There's so much interesting, cool places to visit, people to meet, experiences to be had, love to be made, and I'm going to be spending most of that time behind a desk, pushing papers and typing on Excel sheets, clicking away at some corpo boring world. Like, what's the point of life if that's what you're going to be doing?
You
Like,
would
what
feel
the fuck
even
are
worse
these
in a
people
blue
even
collar.
doing too?
I think you feel even worse in a blue collar job, to be honest.
Well, most people aren't even like I've seen these people in the office. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? You know, why do you need to be in there 8 hours just like fucking around going to meetings?
Yeah. Oh, dude, don't get me started on
Like
meetings.
fucking
Fuck.
meetings, unless there's like a definite purpose, it's just wasting time.
Yeah,
You know,
Elon talks about that all the time. How meetings are retarded.
I mean it's true, but like you know, it's what you gotta do because that's what your boss wants. You know, to have this meeting to have a discussion about a meeting, and then like you know, you're just wasting time on there. I don't know. And really, like, it should be something that conservative, like actual conservatives or whatever you want to call them, like new right people should be into. Because, like, guess what? You can raise your kids if you're not spending all your life fucking working and having to have your wife.
Bring the moms and the dads back home.
Yeah, you know, it shouldn't be, you know, having decent vacation, decent benefits, decent work hours. Like, you know, everyone should. I don't even see the point of a 40-hour work week. We could probably make do with like 36.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
4 to 8 hour days. Like, what do you need? You know, why you need more than that? And that way you can actually do shit. Because half the time the stores are closed. You know, after certain time periods, anyways.
Well, and also with things becoming automated, I feel like there's going to be a point where you can, at the very least, do shifts with people where Joe Schmo works this week or this day, and you do the other days or weeks, or you have the fucking robots doing a lot of stuff. And that's going to be a real challenge in how people are then going to provide for themselves. But it's just really bizarre for me. The more I think about that, life is just you work at some bullshit job and then you die. Like, you don't get to spend time with your kids. You don't get to explore the world. You don't get to have experiences that are interesting and spiritually enlightening. You just work and work and work and work and work and work and work. Also that you can save up for a short period of time before you die to actually start enjoying things. To actually start enjoying life when you're not in your prime. So, I mean, that's where I've approached things, whereas I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to do things I want to do, and I'm going to make money at it. I'm going to find a way, and I'm going to do it. Because I just can't do it. And I've worked... I mean, I'm technically in a white-collar job now, but I've worked blue-collar. I've done, like, summer jobs that you call blue-collar. Like, printing T-shirts, painting walls.
Okay. Now you ain't working on the factory floor. You ain't. You know,
Well, that was kind of like a factory. No, dude, it's very similar. Doing the T-shirts, that is a bitch, man. You stand there. I did one for all day in the hot summer, no AC. You would put the T-shirt on the thing, pull the thing down to put the ink on. You know, you do it to like a whole row of them. Is it not like a factory? No, but it's like the closest thing to it.
I guess.
It's like a, you know, okay, I'll call it this. It's like a blue-collar light job. I mean, I spent a whole week when the boss was away painting his rental property. So it's like, you know, it's that sort of shit. It's labor. It's physical labor, manual labor.
Yeah.
And that stuff is no fun. Like, it sucks. It's hard work. It's tiring. And you don't get paid much. Like, I have great respect for anybody who does that stuff. I'm always tell people you should do that, at least a little bit in your life, too. So you can have, if you don't have any appreciation for those people, you will. In my case, I had much greater appreciation. It's hard work. But somebody's got to do it.
It's like that dirty jobs, man, working the shithole.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something honestly, I want to kind of, at some point, maybe we'll do on other shows. Like, think of policies or things we could do to get off of this, like, just backwards work culture we have.
Well, I think they need to go and make it harder to have people be this, like, salary exempt or whatever.
What do you mean by salary exempt?
Like, or non-ex, or yeah, exempt so that like basically right now, you know, like for a lot of tech workers, you know, myself included, if I work 40 hours or 80 hours, I'm still paid the same amount. You know, if they got rid of that salary, yeah, that's because I'm salary exempt. If your salary, I think it was non-exempt, then you'll get paid overtime still.
Oh, I see now. Because if you're salary, you're paid for the whole year. You're not paid hour by hour.
Well, they pay you bi-weekly.
What?
They do pay me bi-weekly, but you know.
Well, yeah, I know. What I'm saying is like it's a fixed rate. It's not hour by hour. You could like only work 2 hours and you get paid an 8-hour day, or if you work 10 hours, you get paid an 8-hour day, right?
Yeah, I think that like a lot of it too is like there is no white collar like union jobs in this country. I think maybe that's something that might. No, I didn't see that.
Dude, this dude was in a was he in a Warthog? And he like kind of came over a hill. He flipped it like it was in a midair flip upside down, and the guy was still shooting people, and then it landed.
Oh, jeez, that's awesome.
Yes, I had to interrupt you for that, but what were you saying?
No, I think a lot of it though is like the amount of jobs protected by a union has gone down significantly. Like the only real major ones is like fucking police and like school teachers.
Well,
and like
the ones where they're trying to do unions, these big corporates stop them, like Google and Amazon.
Well, they want to do I don't know how much they actually want to do.
No, Bezos especially does not want unions. Like I was telling you last time.
That was a factory. That was a factory. That wasn't even the tech workers. That was just the factory workers that was trying.
Right, but Google is the tech workers, and Google is doing shady shit to stop it.
Well, you know, like the fucking Democrats are not the part of the unions anymore.
No,
like only unions, or at least not the tech unions. They only care about the teachers, like the already established ones. You know, which is like, and that's the other thing too. Like, I would be a lot more like. I think the concept of the union is not bad. I just think that they get too like you get some real like hardline communists in a lot of these fucking labor organizations, and I think that's the issue that I have with it.
Right.
You know, it's pretty easy to get infiltrated by fucking commies. Because that's sort of like, when you look at it, that's sort of what happens, you know. It's all this, like, labor and they have this adversarial relationship with management.
Well, because, like, what are some of the worst unions? Teachers' unions is a great example.
Well, even before then, like, even at the, you know, Teamsters and all this other shit, it's either, like, communists or mafia.
Yes.
You know, that's sort of where the unions stand.
Well, have you read the stories about, like, how, I think it was Henry Ford, or somebody within Ford, like, really hated their fucking unions?
Dude, everyone hates them because they...
He did some shit where they were protesting, and he basically, I think he, like, paid for some people to, like, beat him up. It was pretty crazy, dude. It was literally like a false flag.
Oh yeah, like I mean, they can do some pretty shady shit too. But I think honestly, I'd rather have...
I'm gonna tip out real quick. All right.
All right, sounds good.
All right, see you later.
See you, man. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Like I'd just rather be somewhere where they exist than not exist, because at least when you have that, they will put a stop to like unpaid overtime. You know, and like some of this other stuff too, like where you can get fired for shit you do not on the clock. Like it's a lot harder for that to happen if there's a union in place.
Well, and I'm
like,
very much a government hands-off guy, but why aren't there laws in place that say, yeah, you need to pay somebody for overtime?
Well, I don't know, because like they have these exceptions, like, oh well, if you make over this much, you can be salary exempt or whatever.
That's bullshit. I'm very against that, because that's obviously something that's going to be abused.
And the numbers aren't even that high. As I think like 50, it's like 60 grand or something. Might
really?
even less.
That's it? If it was something like 100, 200K, I'd be like, okay.
I think that's what they need to raise it significantly. Mm-hmm. Or like it should only be, you know, and I can get it for certain fields, like, but I don't think it makes sense for tech.
Well, I think it's just principally, if you're working for somebody, you're giving them a service, you should be paid because you're giving them something. They need to give you something in exchange for that.
Yeah, see, that's the one good thing if you ever get the chance to be a contractor, you know? Mm-hmm. That's the one good thing with those is like they tend to get paid by the hour, I think.
Yeah.
And like you get paid overtime, whatever stipulated in your contract, but that's not how a lot of Oh my god, asthma warrior. That's not how a lot of this stuff goes. Like it's
Remember God.
And then the other thing is like, you know, that why these companies want you to go back to the office if it's a fucking office job?
Well, a lot of it is the interaction, so that it's easier to interact. But I do agree with you. And there's also, oh, you take office jobs too, where you just work on a computer, you just like write shit.
Yeah, why does that need to be, you know?
Well, there are some jobs to keep in mind. Like, I'll give you an example. The financial department I screwed up. Like the financial departments at a lot of places, for example, they have everything filed, so they can't be remote. They have to file shit at the company or access files.
Well, like if you have an actual need to do it, I'm fine. But most of these jobs, like, if you don't need to go and see shit, like do actual physical things, like why are they even making you go back to the office?
No, I agree with you. I think you shouldn't be forced to or need to. Oh shit, we got hijacked. But I think a lot of people want to go back, and a lot of people don't. But a lot of people do because they miss interaction with other people. But I don't. But I think it should. I think ideally we should live in a world where that's optional. If it's just if you can do your job at home, you should be given the option to do it at home.
Well, I think that should be incentivized, like to not send your people back to the office if they don't have to, because
I think it is naturally incentivized now because you save office space, which saves costs.
Well, yeah, but like these boomer bosses, they still want to do it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they don't want to change.
You know, I think that there should be additional incentives, you know, for some of this. Like, hey, you know, we'll give you like some sort of like tax break, or if you send everyone to the office, there's like, and if it's a big company that doesn't need to do it, you know, like a tiny company, okay, that's different. But even then, like a lot of small companies, you know, they're the ones who are like completely remote their entire existence.
Well,
but
there's also too. Fuck, I lost my point. Got distracted. Oh shit! What was I thinking? I'm just so autistic and stupid.
But like, think about it. You know, it increases pollution, it increases energy use, like driving to work. Like, even if you had like an EV, the parking space. What was it? Traffic congestion. Like, that's a big thing. Like, man, it was awesome. Like the few times I needed to like drive around, you know, during the pandemic, like especially when it was really big and people weren't back in the office.
Oh, that's what reminded me of. Like, there are companies like Apple where they're telling employees, "Hey, come back to work," and the employees are like, "No, we like this work from home." So that's that. If you want to talk about an incentive, that's the other thing that's happening. Is that simply employees don't want to go back.
Or if you're going to be going back to the office, they should incentivize you to do it. Like, there should be a reason why you're going back to the office. Like, they need to go and provide you more shit. Like, Google, okay, like, honestly.
I'd want to go back to Google, Jesus.
Yeah, because, like, I think they even pay, like, some of them, like, they'll have, like, buses in certain parts of California that'll get you to your house or, like, get you to work. Nice. Like, to and from work, they have transit. They also have, like, fucking free, like, really good meals over there. You know, like... But most jobs, like at least where I'm at, they don't offer that. You know?
I'm lucky that mine does.
You're lucky if you get fucking, you know, coffee.
Jesus.
You know, like...
It's pretty typical now, isn't it?
Like, most places do give you coffee bats, but, like, you know, there's... I think they should all, you know, give you, like, basic shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, and they should give you, like, basic snacks at the office.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And, you know, like, they just need to make it more fun to do that. And then you get some of these, like, boomer people. Like, I think it was, like, was it George Ramsay or something?
Gordon
like,
Ramsay?
No, it was, like, there's some financial guy. I think he was on, like, the news or whatever. Like, some, like, boomer financial, like, person, like, giving financial advice to, like, young people. He's like, oh, well, people need to go back to the office. Well, why? There's literally there's like negative benefit to me going back to the office unless I have a business need to go back to the office, because I'm wasting my life. I'm driving. You know, no, even if you live right next to your office, you have to go out of your house and walk, over. You know, you can't do shit on your on your breaks that you can do when you're working remote. You know, like I've done some house remodeling like on my lunch breaks and shit, stuff I would never be able to do if I'm, at the workplace.
Well, that's what I do love about remote work is that you have that flexibility to get shit done at home and just do things you couldn't do at a job. Like if you have a kid, you can help take care of it. You don't need to hire a nanny. Like let's say you have, I don't know, some issue with like your back or something, or you have a broken leg. You don't have to deal with that shit, like getting crutches and going around work and it just being a fucking, I don't want to say a burden, but just an annoyance.
Yeah, like I used to see someone when I used to work downtown. He was like dual wielding crutches.
Yeah, it's like you don't have that. It goes beyond inconvenience. It's annoying. It sucks. I'm trying to find the right word to describe it, but
Well, he took the bus too, and that guy took the bus too. So like that's another one.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. Is like you eliminate all that. Actually, it is wasted time. It actually just to keep it simple, it's wasted time because you're instead of taking like 5 minutes to walk across the office, it takes you probably like 10. With all the struggling and then sitting down, and you can just stay at home.
Well, yeah, then you have to go and
be safe.
And then you take like the fucking elevator. You're taking the fucking elevator over there, and like honestly, I'd rather be home because at least I can assure that I'm protected. Yeah. And forbid there's like a fucking mass shooter or something at the workplace, and they sure as shit ain't allowing me to go and like protect myself. Good luck trying to go and sue them if you end up getting shot for that too. If it's in my own house, at least I can protect myself how I see fit.
Well, and that's an interesting thing you just brought up. All these companies have these employee protections or these save their ass policies for if somebody slips in the workplace. You don't have an office, you don't have to worry about those liabilities anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot less of that, and I'm sure sexual harassment can still happen, but there's a lot less opportunity for it. And if they do sexually harass you, you can have a lot more documented.
Oh, yeah, this should be the feminist position. This is actually progressive.
There's multiple reasons why. There's multiple reasons why it's pro-feminist. Especially for pro-mom. But
they don't want pro-mom. But it's anti-rape. It's very progressive. It saves women's lives.
Yeah, how are you going to be raped in the office if you're not going down to the actual office?
Can't get raped if you don't have an office. Get raped in.
Yeah, they'd have to go to your house, and at that point, they're not going to go. That's breaking. It's fucking boomers, man. They just piss me off because they just need to be contrarian. Oh no, we can't have this. Because
they anything young people suggest.
Well, it's because they can't do it themselves because they.
No, they can. They just choose not to.
Well, no, most of the times the boomers are the one that they don't know how to set up their own home office. They don't have internet at home.
They don't know how to open up Internet Explorer. I mean Chrome.
Yeah, they have issues. It's a generational thing. They just don't know how to operate, technology very well. They need to have be handholded, or they just suck at their jobs so much that. It's like, oh, well, I've been at work for 12 hours today because I can't open up this document,
Oh, shit, I could sprint in this one.
Yeah, it depends which loadout you choose.
Oh, wait, I can't sprint. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, that's gay.
It depends on your loadout. You have to select the sprint one.
That's gay. I'm always kidding when I say gay because someone's going to clip that down the road. So that's homophobic. I'm using it and saying lame. In the playground sense by saying lame. But no, I agree with you. I think it's a boomer thing and because they do hate when young people can do stuff that they wish they could have done when they were young. They do hate that. But it's also because they don't understand technology. But I think it's also they hate change. They're very resistant to change, and this is a major change. That is beyond the realm of possibility for a boomer to do some fundamental change like that.
I think a lot of them hate their families too.
No, I get that. I get too.
No, I think a lot of them a lot of these people Because I used to know a guy who'd go into work till like 11 at night.
Oh, because you didn't want to go back home.
Yeah, and like, for that type of person, and then people were like, oh, well, the reason he's doing that, he must be like really dedicated to work, but he really just hates his home life. He had like 4 kids or whatever, and he was a dick to everybody. Like people who, they're workaholics, so they don't have any home life, and like work is their life. Of course, they'd want to go into the office because
5 minutes remaining.
that's what, that's their life.
I know, and that's pretty sad. Like, to me, that's just, I can't live with that way. I go fucking insane.
It's a fucking, it's like literally a mental illness. It's part of that like American like work culture we were talking
honestly, and we were talking about this too last night. Like, I think people always talk about, and I don't even know if this is true, but let's just, for theory, assume it's true, that America is one of the most depressed countries, and a lot of other places in the world are happier. I mean, I don't know if that's true, honestly.
I could see it.
But I could see it. I can see it. And I will say, Zoomers, I love you, Zoomers. I mean, I love our generation, but we're fucking depressed. We're like we're Billie Eilish. We're like these e-girls and e-boys with this, always talking about, oh, life sucks, man, nihilism, depression, oh. And it's just really, it's a problem that's stemming from a lot of things. I think one of the main things is that we're playing with phones and we're not having relationships, meaningful relationships, but that also comes from not just our phone addiction, but we don't have time for it when you're working 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours every day. You're too tired to do anything when you come home. You don't even want to go to the happy hour, probably. And then on the weekends, you only have like a few hours to do that shit because you have other shit you gotta deal with that you couldn't deal with because you're at fucking work. So I think this American work culture, it's making people depressed because you don't have any meaning in life. The job isn't enough. At least for me, it's not.
People work for the weekend, It's like, oh yeah, I'm just working to go and do shit on the weekend. I end up not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm going next weekend, and they end up, especially like if you're like living by yourself, you make food, and then like, good lord, it's tough.
Sucks. It sucks, and it doesn't need to be this way. I know people be like, well, that's just the way things are, and you gotta accept it. No, as Adam Sav said, I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yeah, no.
Look, I'm not a Yang ganger, but let's see why people gravitate towards that stuff. I think there are better solutions, but...
Well, I think, I just think that we need to go and like make policies in place that incentivize the family.
I agree. Yes.
Incentivize the family. Don't make it like, oh, you have a family over here, it's interfering with your work, we can't have that. Cool, you don't have any sort of, like, most companies don't even offer paternity leave.
Yeah, well, that was something Trump pushed for big time. I think
they haven't. No, I mean paternity leave. Like, if you're a dad and you have a kid, you deserve to be able to fucking go to, like, at least that's one thing I'll give my old company I worked at. They did offer that.
Yeah.
Not that I ever need to use it, but I think every company should, because, do you want to be going back to work the next day after you just had a fucking kid?
No.
No, that's bullshit.
No. It's all
I don't think it needs to be as long as maternity leave, but it should be pretty fucking big. And just from an equal rights thing, I think it should probably be. You should be given the opportunity to have just as long. Because you still need to bond with your own kid. Like, no wonder we have all this like, these boomer mentalities out here. Like, oh, yeah, because they never had any chance to bond with their dad because their dad was at work
all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and this is where too, you hear a lot of these trad conservatives be like, well, the woman should stay home and raise the kid. They shouldn't be in the workplace. And I get that. I've learned that from working. I'm like, you know what? I would want to be in that. I would love to be a woman that could do that, because you want to spend time with your kid. The one thing you're never going to get back is raising a kid, because once it's raised, it's done. I'd love to be able to stay home to do that, but the problem is, it's too fucking expensive. You cannot in America today have I'm talking about normal America, not some expensive big job, but the dad works and the mom stays at home. You can't afford to do that. So both parents are working, and what's the kid? You just throw him in a fucking, like, what, daycare center? Get a babysitter, have grandma take care of him? Like, that's just so fucked up. That shows right there how wrong and how messed up the system is, where you can't afford to have the mom stay home and raise her own kid.
Well, see, I like it if you can work from home. That's better because, like, honestly, I think it's good.
Then you could.
Like, you could have both parents raise the kid. That's how it's supposed to. Because you really want women to just raise the kid.
No, you want both parents at home.
Yeah, that's how we get these, like, pussy generations.
Yeah, and you get kids going, like, the cliche from conservatives is, why is there a problem of crime in the black communities? Because there are no fathers in homes. Well, let's apply that to everyone. You don't have a mother and a father in home, your kid's not going to come out that good.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, and then it gives, like, if both parents are working from home, you know, at least then you can go and fight back against, like, the crazy schools over here. You know, they're, like, super liberal agenda. Well, this is a new one.
Yeah, I haven't been on this one before. Where are you, boy?
Um,
I should actually, like, follow you around. Oh, get in the chopper. Are you in the chopper?
yes.
Oh, fuck. I'll follow you from the ground. But
Where is the enemy? Oh, shit. But no, I just think that, like, we need to start taking a step back and be like, okay, you know?
Well, I think this also has major problems in terms of, I mean, because, like, let's be real. I mean, American culture has produced some amazing things, but it's nothing compared to a European culture. They have thousands of years of amazing culture. They have Mozart. They have Beethoven. They have the Mona Lisa. What do we have?
How can you really have a fucking cult? Like, what's the point of culture if you can't even see it?
You can't.
You know, like, you see it on your way commuting to work, to and from work. See the fucking building. Oh, that's a cute building. Too bad I'll never be able to fucking go and see it because I'm working like 6 days a week. You know?
Yeah. No, I'm glad that I'm not alone on feeling this, because that's how I feel. It's like we have technically more movies, TV shows being produced every day, like you wouldn't believe. It's amazing. Like, there's so much content available to us. More content available than ever before. More easily available than ever before. But we can't enjoy it or even create it ourselves. Because we're working all the time.
Culture is more than television, like TV and movies.
Oh, I agree. I'm just picking one example.
Well, that's most people, what they see with culture. They very rarely get to go out and, like, actually explore different places, go to a museum, go to an art exhibit, go and, like, do cultural events, you know, like, even go out to the fucking movies and shit.
Or even just spend time with friends, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's so many, and that's what the problem I'm running into now is there's so many things I want to do right now, and I just can't do them because I'm exhausted when I come home, and I just don't even have the time, even if I did have the energy. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm trying to find a way around. I think the only way around is be my own boss. And I'm motivated to do that. And it's just like, I don't know how people put up with this. How they put up with it for so long.
I want to jump in here. Let me do your tarts, bitch. There you go.
Glad I'm not doing anything. Oh, hey, there you are. I jump in this thing?
Chopper's gonna fuck me.
Oh no. I'm dead. Yeah, but I started to think I was alone on this because I see people at my work and they're just totally fine with things. I mean, you know my opinions on things, but
you get beaten down so much, you know, eventually
you give up.
Yeah. And that's not the way things should be. You know, you go and live in this world for so long, and that's your only sort of, you know, interaction with it. It's like, oh, this is what happened. This is what happened to me, so now you have to go and deal with it. And that's like the boomer. That's a boomer mindset. Oh, well, we had to deal with this back in my ran up and down the fucking hill, you know, 2 miles to go to school.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. I don't have to do that. Yeah, it's like whatever.
It's like almost like it's like the fraternity mindset. Oh, you know, we made you like You know, when I was in the fraternity, I had to go and take a dildo up my ass. So you know, you're gonna do that too.
Yeah. I think that's totally backwards thinking. I mean, I will tell people, like, it's fine to tell somebody, hey, you have it better than me. You should appreciate that. You should strive for something better, but appreciate this. We appreciate that progress has been made, and I encourage you to make more progress. But no, it's just like, well, you didn't suffer like I did. You didn't starve, therefore you should starve. It's like, that's stupid.
You're like a fucking weak pussy and you can't do anything in life.
Yeah, as much as I think millennials and even some Zoomers are pussies, that doesn't mean we need to start going backwards. It's just stupid. It's like, well, what's the point of progress and what's the point of evolution?
It's to go and, you know, make everyone else fun, like a generation of pussies.
Yeah, it's like, oh, back
You're
in
making-
my day, well, we didn't have wings on our as birds. It's like, okay, you want to clip my wings? You want to cut off my wings? Okay, let's do it, Dad.
Yeah, back in my day, we didn't have any email. We had to go and, you know, write and sign everything in cursive. And oh, these people, you don't know how to do like God, like I never fucking had a. There was no point in learning. I mean, I learned cursive, but
There's
don't
no
think
point.
like the only times I ever used it was like when signing a check.
Yeah.
When,
And
like-
half the time people have bullshit signatures. You know,
People
the
don't even
line.
pay attention. I've seen people like, you know, yeah, they put absolute just like shit. I've seen people put numbers in there before. You know, like the PSSA.
1488.
There's some Chinese
I'm
guy.
kidding.
I saw him put some like I was at work and I was like, what the fuck is this? Why they're so good at math? You know, their names. It's just like a number. Maybe it's a
2
secret.
plus 2 equals 4.
It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't even think he understood what it was. It was crazy.
It's actually funny. But see, that flies as a signature because signature could be fucking anything.
Yeah, like, do you think the credit card company like just checks every single person's signature? Like, no, dude, they don't.
I should start doing something really, like, autistic for a signature. Just to fuck with that sort of concept of signatures.
Like, the only time that would ever matter would be as if you like go to court and then you like be like, officer, like, and you pay someone like for your defense, like, this was fraud. I'm gonna go and pay this, you know, to go and deal with this. You know, I'm gonna pay like for a handwriting specialist to come down to deal with this shit. That's the only time I think it would ever be considered useful. And even then, that's like such a fucking fringe situation. It's not gonna happen.
How do I make the chopper fly?
Oh, jeez.
It
Oh my
doesn't
God.
move. Move!
Oh, the chopper.
I'm getting out. I'm not driving. I'm just gonna ride.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I know how to do this.
Are you trying to drive it? Yeah, I know. Yeah. How does it move? Dude, we're gonna die. Oh no, you're driving. How'd you get to lift off?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, good job.
Oh, no. Jeez.
Hey, you make fun of my driving.
Oh, fuck. Let me try to get with
Dude, I
this one.
found our chopper. Let's go. So how'd you get to lift off? Oops.
I think it was like the crouch button or something.
The fucking crouch button?
Yeah, I was just clicking so I was like, hold on. What the
I
fuck?
can't- Oh, I'm getting out. Dude, fuck this. Somebody else drive. Oh, I think we scared him away.
Oh my god.
Is it G? Is it... I've hit every button.
I don't know, man. I'm
Oh,
dead.
I found. Dude,
What's
get in.
I'm dead. Like, I died.
I'm
I'm
dead too.
a good distance away.
It's the right click button. That's how you make it fly.
Shit.
God, our team's gonna hate us.
Dude, there's like, we had a couple people leave. I think they realized.
The rest, we're a bunch of noobs.
We need special forces.
I bet if we had commenters... Oh wait, we do have commenters. Holy shit, I'm sorry, Radio Freedom. Olivia is a racism grifter. When I was still on Twitter, I would see her making conveniently non-specific accusations of white conservatives hating black people. She seems very disingenuous. Maybe, I'd have to look into that stuff. Agree with Candace being a grifter. Remember the doxing website Sharon claimed was a splash page. Yep, I've heard about that. That's what's made me a little sus. I'd have to talk to her about that to know more about it, honestly. People have to work so much because cost of living is too high. I totally agree, and that's a fundamental problem in America. People shouldn't have to work so much. Children need to spend time with their parents. Absolutely. Totally agree. But I bet you're gonna get people like, oh, you guys are complaining to have time to have fun, and look what you're doing now, playing video games. Yeah. It's like the one time a week any of us can together.
Yeah, I'll fucking work.
And it's late at night, too. But, yeah, I don't know. If I ever start something, you...
Look at that guy's name. Look at that Chosen Legacy's clan. Oh shit, you messed up.
I didn't see that.
If you last Carnage, it's Hollow.
Right away. I'll have to watch the replay.
His clan tag was Hollow Hoax.
Shit. When you said clan, I thought he had a different type of clan in his name or something.
I mean, it wasn't that far off.
Oh god. My gamer tag is just a generic one they gave me because they're like, oh, you can't change your gamer tag once you make one. I'm like, Jesus. I have to really think about it now.
I think you can change it.
I hope so. That's for stupid if you can't change it.
There's a way. You might have to pay for it though. I don't know.
That's dumb. Why do you?
I think it uses Xbox's.
Yeah, it uses Xbox Live stuff. But why would you have to pay to change a gamer tag? That's so stupid.
I don't know.
Imagine, oh, you want to change your email on your account, your username? You got paid.
Oh man, someone hit me. It's my own team.
He hit me.
Mm-hmm.
But, no. If I ever start something, dude, which I will, you are more than welcome to work for me, and you will get plenty of vacation time. If it's successful.
Yeah, if it's not, you have even more vacation time because you won't be working. So
That's true. See, it's a win-win. But honestly, though, like, I don't know. It's just... I think I mean, I'm a deep thinker type person. It's my personality type. But I think COVID, for a lot of people, and I can say for myself, made me think about everything a lot more. So you had more time to think. And kind of realized just how fragile our system is, how, gee, when you don't have a job and you don't have school, you really don't have much else in life, and it kind of makes you feel meaningless, and like you need to do more stuff. You need to find more meaning. So I think that kind of, you know, I don't know, I think it made me despise our work culture even more.
yeah, you know, like COVID was like the first time like I could just like work from home for more than like a day or two at a time.
Right. It's fundamentally changing how we think about working.
And it's like the first time like a lot of jobs like went remote because they had to. Now it's like, well, why didn't we do it beforehand? Oh yeah, because boomers.
Because boomers.
That's why.
Well, dude, like, look at schools too. Like, honestly, I even.
Well, I think it was great for that too. You could see all the crazy shit that the schools were doing.
Well, exactly. That's what I was saying with the critical race theory stuff. I think the reason that's taken off is number one because they got rid of Trump's executive order. I think that cracked down on that shit, but also work from home and learning from home meant that the parents and the kids were seeing each other's shit. The parents were seeing what their kids were actually learning and actually being taught. And it could be recorded and then put on the local news.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like I honestly like that. I do think that teachers should be able to. I don't mind this situation where we're able to go and see what the teachers are up to because I think, you know, we come with their pants down with this.
Exactly, we've exposed them. But I think too. Where are you? I'm dead.
I died since I killed myself as well.
I see you. I'm right behind you, boy. Oh, fuck. I see him up there. Did I kill him? No, I didn't. I don't think I could. But I think also with this, it's just... Fuck. I keep dying. I lose my train of thought.
I think it's also interesting too, like with COVID, because it was like, oh, which people are expendable?
Yeah. Who do we really need?
You know, like, oh, your job's not important. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really fucked up.
Oh, it was the school shit. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I remember even getting into like a debate slash like conversation with my one friend about, you know, how we can get people out of poverty and how we need to educate more people, get them in schools, all that shit. And I was saying one of the solutions to education inequality in terms of, you know, some kids have really good education, a lot of kids in cities have shit education. I was saying what could fix that is, I didn't say remote learning, but I was saying at the time online learning, which is kind of the same thing. But, you know, I mean, and I was thinking one day, I'm like, why haven't we done this? Like, what's so hard about it? This could help a lot of schools. Who's stopping this? Like, that's really what it comes down to. It's not that we can't do it, it's who's stopping it.
Well, see, we've had, like, there have been online learning for years.
Exactly. So who is stopping from being a mainstream thing?
Well, I think the parents sort of, and I think that there are certain issues with remote learning.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying it's perfect. And
Like,
we
especially
know
for
that
young
it isn't.
kids. For young kids, I have an issue with that too, because, you know, like, until you're like, I don't know, probably like middle or high school, like, it's gonna be tough.
Well, and also, you know, when you have, and this again changed with COVID, but with young kids, what's great about school is that, and well, it's also bad, I should say too, is while the parent's working, the kid could be at school, making friends, having their own little
Free
life.
daycare for parents for a lot of
And
people.
that's the problem, is it's kind of a daycare for parents.
It's a free government provided daycare.
Right.
And I think that that's, you know, like, if some, especially single parents, they kind of need that, you know, especially if they're like in a certain job that can never be, you know, remote. Like, you have son working in like the nurse, as a nurse, you know, those people. You get some really freaky bitches in nurse as well.
Dude, nurses can be crazy. Well, look at
Like-
all these TikTok nurses. They're like, oh, look at me, oh, COVID is so bad. Millions of people are dying, but I'm making dancing videos.
I was on fucking 4chan yesterday, and they're like, yeah, these people are, nurses are a bunch of sluts. And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, Milo was he was one of the early people that was saying in his Telegram chat, fuck nurses. And I was kind of like, come on, they're saving lives. But then every TikTok video I see, I was just like, god damn it. I'm starting to hate nurses. Maybe
honestly-
don't need them.
It's a brilliant fucking career decision. Because they get paid a shit ton of money, and they don't need to go, like, all the way through med school. Like, you don't even need a degree for, depending on which, like, level of nurse you are.
Right. Well, so, yeah, and well, you know when you go to the doctors and there's that nurse that just types you on the computer, sits you in the room, and that's it. Are they nurses?
I'm not sure. They might be. Like, there's, like, RN or whatever, and, like, CNA, and I don't know, like,
Because like,
there's...
what do? They do nothing. They do nothing. They just they're
Well,
like
there's,
they're a mobile secretary.
That's why women are so many in the nursing field.
Yeah, there are a lot of women in nursing. A lot of women doctors too. Which I actually like that.
I don't like that. Like, why do you even want to go in the doctor field? Like, I remember we have a friend who was looking at that, and
Oh
she
yeah.
ended up just becoming a lawyer because it was easier.
Well, I don't know if I'd say yeah.
Yeah, because, like, she just had to go through law school to be a lawyer versus you
Just
go
had
through
to go through law school.
well, yeah, versus going through med school, then, like, you had to be like a scrub or whatever, and, like, it's a real, it's not
It's
worth it.
awful.
Like, and, you know, if you're a lawyer, you can make a shit ton of money too. It's like, you know, I guess if you had, like, a real desire to go and, like, help people out rather than just take money, like, it would make sense. And, like, if you do some, like, real, like, you can make crazy money being, if you're, like, a good doctor, you can make crazy money. But the amount of time that you're basically going into debt, and, like, they get serious debt too. It's not like undergrad degree where you can get, like, you know, like, everyone's getting like $200,000-$300,000 in debt to go to, like,
Med school's one of the most. I think it's one of, not the most expensive, I won't say non-college, but like that extra step sort of thing.
yeah, like the fucking what was it? Like, I was looking into, like, an MBA. It's like, you know, maybe 20 grand. For, like, med school, it's like a couple $100,000.
Yep, it's
But-
insane.
Yeah, but on the flip side, once you get through it, if you get through it, you can make an absolutely insane amount of money.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, you'll be doing that in, like, maybe your 30s.
Well, it's, there's, I'll actually, since we're in between matches, let me address Radio Freedom has a couple comments he made. Thank you for tuning into us tonight, Radio Freedom. He said, free, quote-unquote, daycare that the government forces us to pay for. Yeah, that's why I'm pro-school choice, where if you're not sending your kids there, like, I don't think you should have to pay for it. Even though I do think we need public schools. As much as they suck, they are generally a good thing in terms of giving people education. It's just the quality of education is going down.
Well, I think if you send your kid to private school, you should be able to go and use the money that you would have sent to the public school and like use that to offset the cost of the private school.
I agree, because private schools are generally just rich people schools.
Well, Well, no, not necessarily. Like they have, like there's a lot of religious ones too that are
religious ones. Yeah, but those parents are usually rich.
No, dude,
Unless you're in an area with poorer private
schools. Like my parents were never rich. I went to a Catholic school and then like a Lutheran one. The Catholic one sucked. And then, like, the other ones, like, when I was in my youth group, a lot of them went to the Catholic school. And, like, a lot of people aren't super rich at those. Now, they do have some for super rich people, but, like, a lot of them...
I'm not saying super rich. I'm just saying rich.
Like, no, like, they're... A lot of the religious ones, they're not the ones that, like, the really rich people send their kids to. Those are, like, the academies and stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying any... Like, look, going to a private school is an extra cost. You need... to have more than the average person level money to do that.
Well, the one over here, they said that they could take, if you don't have the money to pay it, they can, like, they had poor people go to it, who are active in the church.
Mm-hmm.
It was an option, but if you donate to the school, you'll be given preferential treatment.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like how it was. Like they had recommended donations, but they wouldn't turn anyone down for not having money. Well, and they, it was one of those things.
Yeah, exactly. It's big with colleges too, but I was going to mention a quick anecdote, which is that my dad is friends with somebody who's, I think they're originally from Afghanistan or Iraq, I forget. I think, or Iran. It might be Iran, one of those countries. And my dad's friend is a blue collar worker, basically a handyman, and his daughter is super smart. And I don't know where or how, what college she went to, but she went into a college where it's completely, I think the college or the government, I forget who, completely pays for the college, and then she's going to med school that's completely paid for, and I think this is why, actually I think this is government, and they have a job set up for her that's 6 figures right out of college. Isn't that fucking lucky? Insane. Like,
yeah, that's pretty
insanely lucky. But insane. But the reason she gets everything paid for is because they're like, you have to do this job.
Well, no, that kind of makes sense though. Like, I wish more companies would do that. Because like my cousin, like, she used to work, I think it was UPS, and they were giving her like, like some serious, like, I think she barely had to pay anything for college, like, because she had a college fund from her parents, but like her job basically paid for pretty much all of it.
Is it searching for matches?
Oh no, I think you're idle.
I'm idle?
Oh no, you're not. Let's go.
There we go. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, like they basically paid for, I think she was like an engineering degree, and because she like worked for them for like a while, like, cause she was like she was just like a regular like UPS like packager while she was working over there, and they were really good company because she had a kid out of wedlock, and I think they helped like pay for like medical insurance, all this other stuff. Like they're really fucking good, but then she ended up working somewhere else. But like, I think they pretty much paid for a college degree.
Well, you said she was in the engineering department of UPS?
Well, no, she was originally in like just the package handling, but she was getting an engineering degree.
Oh. That's interesting, because I was listening to Nick talk about he actually used to work in UPS, Nick Fuentes, for a little bit, and I mean, because somebody was mentioning, I think, how packages get destroyed, which is something I've had experiences with, and he says like it's a brutal workplace, like it's everybody hates their jobs, and maybe it's because he's in Chicago, so it could be a little different, but high turnover rate, lots of people that just needed it between jobs, and you know they got a lot of shady characters there. And he said what they would do is when they were unloading packages like from a truck or something, because he worked in the thing where the big truck would come in with all the packages, they'd unload it and then put it on the trucks that come to your door and drop them off. And he says they would be stacked up in these trucks, and they would tell people, "I'm right behind you, big boy. Do you have a katana?"
Yes. I'm gonna go and cut the anime character. I'm gonna cut Aku with my katana.
It's not a fucking anime.
Wait till you see katana.
But he said with these stacks of packages, they were told and trained, you take one from the top, and then you take the next one down, and the next one down. You start from the top and then go to the bottom. What they would do, because they were, you know, lazy, didn't give a shit, whatever you want to call it, they would take the package from the bottom and rip it out, and then all the packages from the top would come crashing down, and then they'd whip the next one out, crashing down, and then they just chuck them into the trucks and on the conveyor belts or whatever, and it's just like they were just so brutal with these packages. And I'm just cringing because I'm imagining my packages.
Well, no, where she was at, they treated her pretty well, and they gave her like really good benefits for like basically an entry level position.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like that I wish that more jobs would like offer that. Like, hey, you know, you give like a contract or whatever to work for a company for X amount of years. 'Cause I know like some law firms will do that. So, you know, like I think that happened with my aunt, although she never actually did it because she got like I think she just used her degree to get married, you know, to find someone in college.
Oh, really? She was looking for a sugar daddy.
Yeah, I didn't think he was in college. It was like in the dorms or whatever. Like he lived in there. He was in the military. He's a character.
That's interesting. Was he some like what was the thing at Penn State called?
No. He was like my uncle. They're still married. Like he did some like he worked with. He was in some sort of like special forces shit.
Oh, it was like actual military.
Yeah, he did some weird shit.
What's that thing called? I'm trying to think of.
ROTC.
ROTC, yeah.
No, he was. I don't think he went to that college. He did. He like flew helicopters or something.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was a weird guy. He just never talked, and I never really liked him.
What's that? What the fuck? I'm screwing up my references. What are the flying things in this thing called? I forget.
Banshee.
Banshee. It's flying banshees.
Oh, what the fuck? Who is attacking that? They didn't even blow up the fucking. Oh, was that you, Sean?
I didn't do anything. I died.
Did you jump on the tank?
No, I died.
I thought that was you.
I was dead. I'm not always retarded in this game.
Oh my god. Man, we're getting fucked.
Well, these guys just keep shooting us at the spawn points. Okay, I'm actually moving now. I'm coming to you, boy. Oh, you're dead. You just flew up.
Down there we got like this fucking bullshitter spawn. They have the tank.
Yeah, it's a tank camping at our spawn spot.
I think they got both tanks actually. Holy shit. They got both the badges. We're fucked. We are fucked. Holy shit. We are fucked.
Fucked mate. Fucked mate. Oh shit. He just fucking hit me with the banshee.
He's fucking me. Oh no.
Oh, I'm right behind you. Oh shit.
I have one of
Let's
these.
hide in the cave. Let's hide in the cave.
Go Osama bin Laden on their ass.
Wait. Can we move this thing? Does this thing can go?
Dead.
Oh
No.
no, it's not. Oh fuck. I'm dead. Let's do a new strategy. Let's stick together. Let's actually plan.
Well, let's see if we can get this. Oh, what the fuck? They have a tank out there too. What Don't go through that hole.
That's what she said.
It's a bad hole. Wrong hole, buckaroo.
It's a trap.
It's a trap hole. Oh, they
Okay,
have
where
it.
are you, big boy?
Okay, I can use this for my advantage. Oh, I got their Banshee.
Nice, nice.
Oh, and then I got blown up.
Oh, I just saw you crash.
I didn't crash, I got shot out there by the fucking
Was
tank.
that, were you the one that was spinning when it crashed?
Yeah.
You're 88. Oh god. You're 88. I better not be 14. This is my number.
Alright, someone finally blew up that Wraith.
Is that
Who
Phil
we got?
back? Or is that Sam?
We got
Name
got-
yourself.
we got a new is it Hobo?
Challenger has approached. Oh, you're dead.
I kept trying to go one-on-one with the fucking tank.
Yeah, that's gonna end well.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna throw a grenade at it.
I did, right before I died. I'm right behind you. Oh, there's a dude.
Oh, I think we already lost. Holy shit. We're gonna figure out who that.
Dude, look at our score. 15.
Fucking sucked ass. Well, let's see who this guy is.
Who is this guy? Are you Fed?
Oh,
You
it's
work
Phil.
for a three-letter agency.
Oh, it's Phil. He just is mute.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, 3 to 16. That is no good.
I think Phil's a Fed.
He's a federal agent.
A federal agent.
FBI. Secret agent.
Agent, man. Did you see when Alex Jones sang that song?
No, I didn't
Oh,
see.
it's a classic funny clip. He's like, they're coming, the government's coming to give you some, putting fluoride in your water. They're pumping you up with GMOs. Secret agent, man. Like, he makes an Alex Jones version of it.
Yeah, dudes. Yeah, they should start playing that during the January 6th protest.
Oh my god.
That'd be fucking funny.
You know, what I want to do is, if Uncensored America, if we do anything with Alex, we, like, the hype music is going to be like all these meme songs of him. Like the one where he goes like, I don't want them putting chemicals in the freaking bars. It turns the frogs gay, 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 gay. I'm sick of this crap. Gay, gay. Like there's a song that goes like that.
Here, rebuild the wall. Let's pull that up and do that. Like, see that? That should be like the signature thing of your group, just building the wall.
How would we frame that with free speech, Uncensored America, though?
It's a free speech
wall. That's right. That's right. That's genius, dude. Yeah, okay. I'm writing that down, dude.
Do that? Do like a Draw Muhammad contest.
Oh my god. Remember we suggested doing that? Everyone's like, no, no, no.
Or like even better, like if you can get it done. Like if the campus allows you, like do sidewalk chalk, have them Draw Muhammad on the sidewalk chalk.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this is.
Dude, Penn State, okay, you know, they are so wishy-washy on that. Because they do ban that. Like, it's banned.
I've seen it done so many times. I think to get like it's the most stupidest fucking thing. It's like Schrodinger's fucking, regulation.
Well, I think the university can do it in like specific spots, but campus groups can't. And I remember when I was telling people that, they were just shocked. They're like, "What? You can't chalk?" It's like the most normal thing you can do. I think I mentioned that at LI when I was at one of their trainings, because that's something almost every campus does that, but not Penn State. We just rape children in showers. Well, you can do that. And in fact, we'll cover it up for you if you do that. Especially if you happen to be a football coach.
It's a Penn State tradition. What are you talking about?
Fucking Penn State, man. I love the school, but I hate the administration. It's so fucked up.
I don't know. I had a good time there, but looking back on it, was it?
It was awesome, dude.
It was fun, but for the money that it costs to go to Penn State, it's really worth it in the end.
Honestly, I know you're gonna say this is coming from a place of privilege, But yes, because you only live once.
Oh yeah, but who knows like how other schools are? You know?
Oh no, I'm not saying it has to be Penn State. It's honestly, it'd be really cool. You know, I mean, this would honestly, it's very impractical to do this, but it'd be really cool to just like go to a bunch of colleges for, I don't know, a month or something, or a year, or like half a semester. Like that'd be cool as shit.
Oh yeah, dude, it'd be awesome just to go and see like do an actual college rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a fun thing.
Okay, I found out how to make this thing go up, but I don't know how to make it go down.
This is supposed to be Halo 2 and they have that vehicle in there.
Is this Halo 2?
This is like their enhanced edition, which I guess
like
adds new vehicles.
Return to the battlefield. I don't know how. I don't know how. I'm just gonna get out. Jump out.
The beam rifle makes you fart when you get shot. Oh fuck.
But I'll tell you, man. Like I mean, every year was wild at Penn State, and I loved it. But freshman year was special, I have to say. I mean, I'm not saying that because I met you, but the whole campaign experience, like all the shit we did was special.
Yeah, I had fun that year. Like my year beforehand, fucking sucked ass.
I think that's your problem, is that you weren't on main campus with, you know, a good group of friends like I was. I mean, actually, I didn't have a lot of. Okay,
well,
friendships changed, but you know, I didn't have you for all 4 years. I didn't get the girl till junior year, like end of junior year, you know, spring semester junior year. But
yeah.
so I mean, I think my best years, I'd have to say senior year was probably the best. Then freshman year is a very close second. Then junior. And
Your senior year was the
bottom.
best. After that year was like you working remotely, wasn't it?
Oh fuck yeah, that's right. Now yeah, freshman year might be the best then. Okay, freshman year is the best, but senior year, the fall semester was my best semester, like period. But if we had a full year, it would have been the best year because of what I had planned.
No, that's assuming, you know, who knows what it would have been, because that's the hard thing, you know, you don't know what you don't know.
Well, we're going to change that this semester.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned, kids.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I think it would have been nice to go and, like, live on campus at least one semester.
Oh, yeah, dude, I loved it.
That probably would have been cool.
I loved it.
Man, my first year, man, that sucked ass. This, like, weird roommate, you know?
You had it rough.
Yeah, like a weird roommate. I didn't know anyone. Like the only club I really saw was like the CRs, and they fucking, you know how the CRs are.
Well, they
Like,
weren't so bad then, though.
It wasn't the same level of bad, but it was still pretty bad.
Yeah.
We had good parties, and that was about it.
Do you want to see something else bad with them?
What?
Let me show you this shit. Excuse me. This was on their Instagram.
Hold on, I have to check it once. Runs over,
It was on the gram. I'll actually just tell you, they reposted a photo or a graphic from the PA College Republican Federation that was celebrating Juneteenth.
Oh, of course. Like the holiday that nobody celebrated until like basically last year, and that became the biggest thing.
No, they didn't start celebrating until this year.
No, dude, last year, like, I remember hearing about it for the first time.
Let me rephrase that. It's always been celebrated for a long-ass time.
Why, like,
nobody knew what the fuck it was, and it wasn't a federal holiday till this year.
Well, yeah, like, it was around, but no one, you know, but, like, only, like, a couple people probably celebrate, because I've never heard of a single person celebrating that holiday.
Yeah.
You know, it just appeared. It's a ghost. It was a ghost of a holiday, you know?
The ghost of Juneteenth.
Holy shit. It sniped that dude out of that fucking vehicle.
Oh, we aborted the whole sticking together plan. We gotta find you now. Where is my Oh, it is a dude.
No shit.
So
Dude, or is-
wait, the rifle works where there's a scope until you start shooting. That's,
No, it's not like a scope for the rifle. That's oh shit. I guess I don't have any secondary with this one. Like everything has a scope.
Do I
You know,
get-
like the base scope. That's just like your binoculars. I think it's not actual gun scope.
Wait, in this game mode, do you get the weapons of the person that kills you? Oh, that's
No.
interesting.
I think you just get random weapon.
That's interesting.
Fiesta, it's just random weapons. It's a fiesta.
That's cultural appropriation.
Oh, I got a triple kill. Oh, baby, a triple. Oh, and I got sniped. Seems like half of the people in vehicles are getting snipers and sniping. And I got this fucking gay shit.
Where are you?
I'm shooting someone with a fucking laser.
Oh, I got sniped. Where is 88?
Where's this guy? Come on. Oh boy. I got my red. Oh shit. Can I pick up his... Oh no.
Oh,
Played Halo 2 Enhanced Edition, but this is a fun one. I dual wield that.
where are you?
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. I'm over here. I'm behind this. There's a sniper somewhere.
Yeah, it just shot me.
Oh shit, I see him.
Blue moon rising.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining.
Oh, I see a primary dude.
Oh fuck.
Pretty dude.
The regular fucking. No, I don't got it with this one.
No, I don't want to mute you. Jesus. I'm getting shot. I just want my friend.
Oh no! Oh no! We need to go. Where are you? Oh, this is a gun on it. That's badass. Oh. You know, they had those in this one. It was a fucking mongoose with a fucking gun on it.
What's a mongoose?
And that's the little ATV.
Oh, okay.
Man, that's the first time I've ever seen one with a gun on it. Like a mounted machine guns, like
Yo,
James.
can I mount that? Oh, it sounded wrong.
Oh, mount me, daddy.
Somebody's gonna take me out of context for that later.
We actually need people to watch these videos to do. Oh, what the fuck? You're sniping me from out of the way back out west. Oof.
Are you dead?
Yes. I'm back in the sack.
I'm back. Let me find you. We need to be cooperative. Oh, I see you. I'm coming. I'm coming.
I'm coming home.
I'm coming.
Oh boy. Alright. Man, I got one shot off on him. Oh, that one the one with the base? Yeah.
It's
I'm riding
base?
shotgun. I'm riding shotgun layer. Give me somewhere where I can like set up shop. I am dead.
You got sniped.
I got the snap. Oh, I got the rocket. I got the grenade launcher now.
Yeah, I'm coming back for you, boy.
They're gonna snipe. They keep sniping. We have to
Yeah,
go.
they're sniping pretty good.
We have to go and stay away from the sniper.
Okay, yeah, great advice.
Oh.
We lost them. Oh wait, we won. How did we win?
I don't know, man. I got a few sniper kills.
I'm struggling still, but I'm getting better.
Yeah, I like that enhanced version. They deal a lot with this stupid shit.
No, I love what they did. I've actually been impressed with it.
Now the enhanced Halo 2, like they actually did. It's like a fucking different game. It's like I don't know. I like some of the new additions to it. I'm impressed. Hold on. We're gonna bring the team. Let's just do this.
Do you like my pride flag there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Based cake.
I'm based. Based OS.
Honk.
Did you see those E3 videos yet for Halo
Yes, I
Infinite
did.
and Battlefield?
Yes, I did.
You did. What'd you think?
It's interesting. They both have the stupid fucking grappling hook.
What do you think? What do you think of the things they were changing with Halo?
We'll see. Like the multiplayer looked decently fun, but you know
You never know until you try.
that free-to-play model, I think, is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
that might be a problem.
It worries me because I'm wondering what are they doing to make the money? If they're not doing the loot boxes, if they're just doing battle passes, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. Like it seemed cool though. Like they had that like weird like shotgun thing. I like that. Could like you'd shoot it and it would like shoot out these like little homey things at you.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the stuff with actually like I think I was talking about last night where you can put stuff on the Warthog, you can carry
Well,
a
it
bunch
wasn't
of
the
shit.
Warthog. It was a different vehicle.
I thought it was the Warthog.
Mm-mm. Like there was a new one. It was like a Warthog, but without the turret in the back.
Oh, okay.
They had another. There's another name for it, I think.
What else is? I feel like I'm missing a bunch of things that they were talking about.
Yeah, I think that was.
Slayer.
Oh boy,
God, what is this?
this is Halo 2.
That's what I thought. What the frick?
Yeah, the pistol in this one's like god awful. Well, it's Fiesta again.
Yeah, I like Fiesta mode. That's fun. Okay,
Yeah,
now
look-
I have no fucking clue where you are because it doesn't even number people.
I don't even know what my fucking thing looks like. Oh god.
I'm
Walking. Oh, let me
Let's
get.
see. Oh, you're a skull. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I think I see.
You're invisible.
I see you back there.
Let's see if I can.
I have to admit, the maps like this are kind of. I don't want to say this is boring, but it's like you're just in a field.
Oh, this is one of the best maps of all time. Let me get
What?
this. Yeah, Blood Gulch, Coagulation, this whole one.
I'm
Two
just
base-
dying.
Oh fuck, I need to go. Who keeps sniping me? Do I get anything good? Oh, that's the same weapon. Alright, buddy, hit me with their bullshit vehicle.
I got sniped again. See, that's why I don't like these like super open field maps because all you do is get sniped.
Yeah, it's a problem with them.
I see you. I
I
just want
killed-
to like go over to you and I'm like getting sniped. Oh, I'm getting sniped again. Getting sniped. And I just have a shotgun. Who's Pooh? Oh, I see. I'm right behind you.
Xi Jinping, that's who it is.
Winnie the Pooh. I have like a fucking rocket launcher.
Oh, did you see that? Like, did we talk about that?
Oh, I'm dead.
Like with the Cyberpunk leaks, and apparently now they're gonna get some shit.
Oh,
With-
wasn't the source code that leaked?
Yeah, and then like, do you see what they called like China?
No, what?
Like, it was like for the stuff that was censored in the China release, it said like it was a variable name like Winnie the Pooh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think now they'll probably get banned from China for that. With I'm surprised they even made that game in
I
China.
was gonna say. That's hilarious. Kings are working over there.
What weapon do I want to get this time? Okay, we're gonna grab this.
Yeah, well they released a new patch for that game too the other day. I don't know if it made any big changes, but another patch.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I doubt it.
What did you think of the Battlefield stuff though?
I thought it looks like any other Battlefield game, really. Like any of the other mainline ones. It didn't really seem as much like it didn't seem like a super radical departure, you know.
Yeah.
Mine- The like, oh god damn it! minus the little bit with the grappling hook. That's really the only difference. I
Oh,
think.
also the squirrel seats.
Oh yeah, that's not too. That's gonna be fun.
I think
what-
it will be like. I hope it's a proper open beta. It sounds like it is, but I don't know. But I definitely want to try that, and of course Halo, because they just seem like they're gonna be fun, but who knows?
Yeah, at least the Halo one's gonna be free apparently.
Yeah.
And Battlefield, not so
That's the
much.
thing with the Battlefield is they're charging you a full game price for just multiplayer.
Well, they've done that before for other games. Like Mag was that way too.
Yeah, but I bet that game had more content.
Well, who knows how? But like, I mean, to be fair, like, I don't know if you've played their campaigns. The only ones with any good campaigns would have been like. The only one I think I ever actually cared about was the World
Battlefield
War
1.
One. Yeah, that was the only one
Well,
with the decent.
I mean, what I'm saying though is, okay, don't have a campaign, fine. I still think that's stupid, but okay, don't have a campaign.
What
But
the
at
fuck?
least make the multiplayer beefy.
The fuck? Why did I say I killed myself? I got like hit by a fucking banshee, and
Yeah, I
then
know. I see him running around there.
and then like it hit,
Look at
and then I
this
hit the
dude.
wall and I just died.
I'm trying to take him out. With the what's the thing called that shoots those purple things?
And the purple,
Holy crap! Big time.
with the fuel rod cannon.
I think that's yeah. Where I have a warhead. Where are you?
I'm probably about to get sniped.
Where are you, Mr.? Oh, I see you. Yep, you're dead.
I keep getting fucked in the ass. My little,
Oh, don't you like it?
my little elite ass not progressive enough.
Oh, I see you here. I'll come by and pick you up.
I'm not Sam. Oh my god, they keep sniping. They keep sniping me.
I know, it's why I hate this map. Why do you get sniped?
Well, I think it's some game mode. Normally they limit. You know, there's only a couple guns that can really snipe.
No, but yeah, it's just with Battlefield. I feel like they're not giving you a lot for the money. Only 7 maps. Probably not that much customization here. Hopping big boy.
Oh, ooh, careful! You don't want to get me ran.
Oh, is friendly fire a thing?
Yes.
Here, get this dude.
Try to get him.
Thank you, good job.
He creamed my pants.
Oh, Banshee.
Fuck. Sniper, no sniping.
Oh, I got one of them. Or what's the thing called that doesn't fly like a banshee, but it floats?
It's the ghost. Yeah, the ghost.
The ghost. Yeah, I'm still learning this.
Fun.
Still new.
Oh my god. Pope.
I don't know what the fuck I got. Some new gun for me. Where's the sniper? Where's the sniper?
Sniping, oh sniping, I'm gonna fuck you in the butthole.
Oh, I am a sniper. Shit.
I'm the sniper.
I'm a sniper now.
Mommy, wow, I'm a sniper now.
And I died. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the list. That's great.
Sack tap. Some same sack tap.
It's on the DDU tonight. Yeah, game is over, I know.
Ooh, that was sexy. I just shot that right as he came in my face.
He came in your face?
Yeah, the banshee just came in my face.
Came in your face.
I know what you're saying. That was intentional.
Was it?
Intentional homosex.
Comeback kill. Assist. Oh.
I'm on the Avengers now.
Oh boy.
Fucking movies, man. I do not see the appeal of those fucking Avengers movies. Oh man, it's all these comic book heroes I never read anyways because most people watch the same comic book heroes. Ah,
But they're all in one movie.
Look, it's Black Panther, name of a hate group, and we're gonna make him a superhero. Ah, that's like Clan Man. You know, that'd be the same thing. It's like special powers. You know, he puts on his cloak, his hood, and they just like flies around.
The Grand Wizard can cast spells.
Yes, he got spelled. So should make that to a fucking comic.
Oh man.
The Grand. He's like, who's that guy? Like Doctor Mysterious was
Doctor Strange.
Yes.
I was thinking more along the like Harry Potter, where you could be like Avacadabra.
Yes. So a wand, he just has like a cross that pulls out that catches on fire when he casts magic. It's like a wand-sized cross.
Disavow. Oh, is this Halo Reach?
This is Halo 2 with
Oh, this is the enhanced one, yeah.
Kill the enemy team to score.
yeah. The one thing I don't like is I don't like this new announcer.
Oh, come
Because it's
on.
not as good as the original. I don't know who the original announcer was, but he had a sexy voice.
Okay. That nostalgia for that sexy voice, I get you. I'm following you.
Schleyer. Oh, it's like Mr. Robato's talking to me. He's like, Schleyer! I didn't know what his name was. I guess that's probably like a holder from the older style games. Not like your Dooms and Quakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he fucked me. You fuck me in ass.
You fuck me in ass? I fuck you in ear.
Ear rape. God. Imagine having a penis small enough to go and like fuck someone in the ear.
That's what I always thought so stupid about that. Like, let me fuck you in the ear. It's like, how?
I guess
Are you saying you have a small dick? Okay, I'm scared.
I guess, you know, he's gonna drill a hole in your ear hole.
Oh, do we have a new challenger? Name yourself. Okay, maybe not. Oh, I killed somebody. Do people
Show
just-
that you've been on mute.
Oh my god, what if he was on mute the whole time?
I think he was. But I think he was just. But I don't know. Like I think he just joined you to sleep. Which I don't
He's
mind.
sleepwalking.
Yes, sleep Discord.
Yes.
What the fuck's hitting me in the ass? No.
I think I know what it is. Oh, I'm jumping.
Hallelujah.
Oh, he was so determined to kill me. Who is this? Dylan. You did good.
I
Dylan, you
killed
did good. I'm gonna get you.
Dylan Gay. Burrito truck. Burrito truck. I don't know if like these
Isn't
like
that
I
the
love.
thing Elizabeth Warren talked about, or it's Pelosi?
That was I don't think so. I don't know if it was like one of those like randomly created names, or if like someone actually made like that's what I love. Those like shitty AI generated names. You can't tell
Like
if it's
tasteless cake.
yes base cake.
If it actually was base cake, I would have just kept it. I'd be like, okay, I'll take that.
Baseless cake. That sounds funny though. Say that's a perfect idea. That's how you like fucking name the YouTube channel. Just go on to like
Oh, God.
Xbox and have it give you a fucking wrong person.
That's how PewDiePie was born.
PewDiePie sounds like
Oh, I
fucking.
killed him. Dylan
Sounds
killed
like
me and I
Pony.
killed him.
I used to think it was that Pony character. Like these were just like bronies.
God, I have a feeling you were a brony back in the day and you just haven't told me yet. You know too much about them.
Doesn't that sound like a fucking like a horse name? Like
You were
Pew-
about to say a pedophile name.
oh, the gun goose. Yes.
God. No, it does. I feel you. Although bronies even exist anymore, or are they just dead?
I think they're just furries now.
Oh.
Like I think that
So the
Oh.
emos converted to transgenderism, and then the furries converted, or the
bronies
fucking
converted into fur, but they always had furries. But I think the only ones left are like actual furries.
Yeah, it's their last remaining vessel.
Yeah, the regular autists just left now. It's just the
They're
furry.
also on 4chan now.
Well, they've always been fortunate. They had like a fucking. They had an MLP board.
Well,
on
no,
there.
but I mean that's all they do now is 4chan. But so the emos became trannies, and the bronies became furries, and this isn't
Ooh.
even their final forms.
Okay, yeah, tranny's final form. You know what happens.
I
You
was
can
gonna
fi-
make a terrible joke, but I was gonna
So you
say
can fill in the blank. Reminds me of that, like, what was that? Who's that guy that does the webcomics?
oh, Stone Toss.
Yeah, I remember I saw like one was like, "Sir, yeah, the transgender army, you know, they already had 41 casualties and they haven't even started fighting." Bad, but it's fucking funny. that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's based and red pilled.
Very based in red pill. Sometimes his are a little silly, but I think by and large, his are really good.
He actually does
Oh my
content.
god, imagine, you know that publication idea we were talking about?
Yeah.
Put him in for the fucking comics.
Maybe should. If you should get like, there's a couple other comedians I saw. Like, he had some weird friends that are like super banned.
Oh no. Dude, we need to actually... Oh man. See, this
We need
is
to
what I'm
make-
saying, man. I need to quit that day job. I need to go full in on this organization. I'm adding that to my notes. Like, could you imagine? We have like columns with Milo. We have columns with like Gavin and Sargon. Then we have like Stone Toss Comics. And then we have like, I don't know, not Black Rifle Coffee because they're cucked now, but you know, cool companies kind of like that, like advertising in it.
Yes.
Like, you could have so much cool shit. I don't know how this hasn't happened.
We have like Boomer Review.
Boomer review.
This day in Boomers.
What are we gonna do when they're dead?
I
We're
don't know.
gonna shit
They're,
on Gen X?
they're probably gonna figure out a way to live forever, just gonna bitch at millennials.
So you can keep complaining.
Yeah, just keep going. Oh, back in my day, you know, we didn't die, so I'm still here today to go and be a bitch. Got your ass.
My notes.
On the Gun Goose.
So we want free speech or Stone Toss.
I'm still tossing. I get like other like right wing comics. Like real right wing comics, not like your cucky like Mud Club bullshit. It was like, oh!
And that's the point of what I'm doing is that, and it's still missing on campuses. And I think, I think most of these people are doing it that want to do what I'm doing are doing it the wrong way. But getting the edgy people back, the people that are actually expressing their minds, that's what this is about. Is that free speech is not just about protecting it, promoting free speech. It's about actually exercising it, about actually creating a space for free speech, about actually doing edgy, fun stuff, pushing boundaries, and having people that don't do that too. Like, that's the problem I have with a lot of people. They just play everything so fucking safe.
It was like, oh, cool! Look at this, guys. You know, we're gonna use some like basic bitch conservatism. Haha! Look, he's a tranny. Haha!
What you have, and then Turning Point just, and look, if I'll give Turning Point one thing is their chicks are hot, but they're all basic. Like, they're these Turning Point influencers, like Alex Clark, and all
Fucking
these other ones.
The Tommy Lahrens of the world.
Yeah,
basically.
it's the Tommy Lahrens of the world, and she isn't even that good looking.
You know, she's just like a fucking stupid bitch.
Some thought that they just picked up.
Basic bitch conservatism.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Basic bitch, quote-unquote conservatism. And I'm not conservative. I mean, I probably have used that label in the past, but incorrectly, because...
Well, that's because what else are you gonna say you are like without everything is a rightist. You're gonna sound like oh, you're alt-right then.
Yeah.
Because that's in the left. There's you're either in terms of right-wing politics, you're either fucking conservative,
right, or you're one of us.
You're a conservative, or you're alt-right. That's basically like the boomers' idea of politics on the right.
Well, that's another thing that I want to break is this
Or you're like, or you're one of those like people that doesn't do anything, like
right. Those radical centrists, like both sides suck me.
Or like, who is it? Like your, our one buddy loved him, but he's actually kind of better now, but he's still cuck.
Who?
Like you're either cuck, like,
oh wait, no, he's not better now. What am I talking
no, who is the guy that from like that one place with the Southern Dandy voice?
Larry the Cable Guy?
No, not Larry the Cable Guy. He's actually pretty based, I think. He's funny though. Like I do like his comedies. He does not seem like I haven't really heard much from him. I wonder what his actual political views are.
Yeah, are you thinking Glenn Beck?
No, I mean, who was that guy? He was like the senator, or whatever, from was it Georgia or something, or some other place. Like, oh, okay, guys, I'm the Southern Dandy guy. We don't know if
that one Southern guy that's super Southern sounding.
The one that sounds like a queer. That guy.
Oh, Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
You just had to give me that. I was like, oh, Lindsey Graham.
I had someone at work sound just like him. I was just like, Because like I remember we had that
Do
discussion
you keep a
with
6-foot distance and not because of COVID?
he doesn't actually live near me, so he like actually lives in the south. Because I remember we had that conversation with the one douchebag, and he was like, "Yeah, people in the south sound like this." I was like, "Dude, there's no way." Then I saw this guy, I was like, "Well, you know what? I'll give him that." Seems
Oh,
like
is that the douchebag that was like, "Oh, I want to be poor. Everybody wants to be poor."
yeah, you didn't discuss that when we were
Yeah, he
talking.
kept dodging it.
He kept changing. He goes, "Oh, I think it was like the Mexican dude."
Oh, you know, that's something that pisses me off. And I'm I'm trying to improve this upon myself, but you know, a lot of these commentators are not well read. They don't know a lot, and they are, especially on the right. This pisses me off because it's not a lot of people. Because the right is more open to debate, but these people that are scared to debate, these people that are scared to be confronted, like Charlie Kirk, Dave Rubin, some of these other types, they're just so scared. It's always because they don't know anything. And that's why I try to read a lot, learn a lot, but even then I will debate anyone, I'll stay on my own.
We need a right-wing debate club.
Mm-hmm. Right-wing debate squad. That's what I hope to do with my shit, too.
Because you've seen the fucking debate club over at Penn State, you know?
Well, yeah, it's not real debate. It's like cuck debate. It's one-side debate. Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to actually have a debate. And if you can't get the other side, because the left can be difficult to actually engage in a free, honest conversation, then there's so many interesting debates you can have with people on the right, on the center, of all kinds of obscure things.
Well, I think we should just like teach them how to actually do debates, you know?
Yeah.
And then even better, like at some schools, like just have it like run as a separate debate society, just to, like cuck them. I'm gonna try to join these debate competitions separately from the school's actual debate team. That'd be fucking funny.
Debate the debate team.
Yeah, it'd be like they cuck the debate team at their own game.
Well, one thing I am always triggered on is when I see these people that are usually good to talk to one-on-one, but when they get into a debate, they change their whole demeanor. They change their whole presentation. It's fake, and it sucks. They take away all the color. They take away the insults. They take away the fun, and they just sit up straight, and they're like, we're going to debate, and I'm going to get into, like, rambling nuance. I'm not going to, like, make strong points. I'm just going to get all the data and all these technicalities, and it's like, come on, just like start swinging the bat. Like, I don't know, man. Are you in a warthog? Oh no, somebody's already in mine. It's just frustrating. I'm like, that's why I liked when Trump would debate, and he would bring up like actual like facts and shit, but he would also just speak normal, and he'd like bring a fucking sledgehammer to and just be like, yeah, this guy's a fucking loser. You know?
I think we need, like at least give people debate experience who might not normally have it. Because I feel like a lot of people don't, like a lot of conservatives don't join the debate team because it's full of fucking liberals. Holy shit. It's got fucked. But like, you know, a lot of conservatives are afraid to join the debate club, and rightfully so, because they're fucking liberal cesspools.
But
like
they should use that as a learning experience. Like, be 1 against 50, and dude, I mean, if you can stand your ground against that, you can stand your ground against anyone. Like, it can actually be beneficial.
Well, yeah, but I didn't see you join the debate club at Penn State.
I did, remember? I was with you.
Yeah, for like a day.
No, I was there for quite a few weeks.
Were you?
Yeah, I went to quite a few meetings. I was in the debate club at my high school, too. And I didn't like the debates there because they were too structured at my high school. These Lincoln Douglas debates where you have opening and a closing and a first point where you need to rebut the other point. It's like, no, let's just debate. Let's just have open dialogue.
See, when I was talking to Harry, he was telling me that like they don't even do debates anymore. It's like just speeches now or something. It was something gay like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some stupid shit.
They would. They're like, oh, debates are too hard. It's just do speeches.
Like, I think both are beneficial, but you should definitely be doing debates. And as conservatives, we need to learn how to do debates. And we need to. I think we should have our own fucking debate structure. Make our own debate society.
The structure I like is you start off with each side presenting their stance so that it's very clear and they have the time to say it, and then they just have at it with a moderator that will make sure things just don't go out of hand or go down some stupid rabbit holes, but just let them have at it, let them brawl, let them go at it, go at each other's throats, or have some interesting side conversations that are relevant, like without going too far into the weeds. But a lot of these other debates, they just go into the weeds too much, and it's just boring. Like, I don't, like, why?
I just remember at like Penn State, they had like the British people there the one day, and like
I was with you for that one.
They
When we asked about Jeremy Clarkson, he's like, "Oh, I think he's a dick." I'm like, "Okay, cuck."
He is kind of a dick, but he's
Yeah, but
funny.
he's a good dick. He's a funny
Trump.
dick. He's a necessary dick.
The first year I was there before you went to Penn State, like they had one that was about gun control, and our side was like pro. I think it was the British were pro-gun, the Americans were anti-gun. They were both anti-gun, just in different ways. I'm like, this is autistic. It's like it was, pro like removing the Second Amendment, and like con removing the Second Amendment, but they both found ways like say, oh, we could like how to go and I was so disappointed with that, how fucking pussies they were. They couldn't even bother to try to actually, understand a conservative point of view to defend the Second Amendment.
That's when the debate club frustrates me, is when the main representatives are just these far left lunatics, and the right didn't get a voice. When the right got a voice in the meetings where we would be squaring up against people, that was fine. But what I like this and I don't like this is when they would give you an opinion to defend, whether you agree with it or not.
Well, I kind of like that though, because I think it's good to like now teach you empathy.
I agree.
And you need to be able to play devil's advocate.
I agree.
Defend your flag.
And also like that's how debates actually, like at least school debates, not like debates like that you actually like, I want to debate about abortion. Like now you go to debate club, like I think me and Harry did that once, and like they just give you a slip of paper and you have like 10 minutes to research the topic.
Yeah, well, I think I was in one of those too. Oh, you blew up their vehicle, nice.
Oh boy, hold on, they got another one.
Boy, where is that? Oh, I see it. Oh, fuck. They killed my ass.
Blew them up. So at least they're gonna have a hard time moving that.
Oh, they've already moved the flag.
Well,
That's the one thing I'll give Nick, is that he, even when I disagree with him, he's an extremely good debater. Because he debates in a fashion that I like too, where he starts off being, just gets to the point, will cite things, but he won't really throw around insults until he's like Trump, a counterpuncher, and when somebody punches, like he counterpunches really hard, which is an effective strategy. And especially if somebody brings up something like stupid, he'll just dig into it.
Yeah, and I think like that should be part of it too, like getting away from the fucking just petty insults. Like that should.
I think there should be an art to the insult, though. You should, like, in debates too. There is a. I mean, as much as I want to move to we already lost. A way where you're just focusing on the facts and everything, but to keep it entertaining, but more or less to prevent the bullshit, is like you need to learn how to fight back against the bullshit insults. Like if somebody starts making fun of you, you should know how to effectively fight back against that. And I can drive you around. Dude, move. Get the fuck out of the way. And I mean, that should be a thing, is like you're taught how to effectively combat insults. But sometimes you have to insult back, and that's the only effective way.
Yeah, but I think it ends up devolving into, like, once you start getting the insults, most of the time it ends up going to ad hominem.
No, I agree, and that's where it's just kind of like you need to be able to teach the right balance, because I'm also talking about persuasively. you can be more persuasively effective when you do insult people. People might not think that that's the case, but it actually is. Because if you come off as charismatic, funny, alpha, strong, and even if you're not really saying a lot, you're going to win the debate. So I think that's the... Well, let me give you a good example. It's like there's a difference between Milo debating and Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not a persuasive person. You may think he is, but he's not. Yeah, he lays out all these facts, but he has no personality, no humor, no wit, no charisma. That it's not facts aren't persuasive. So I think that's the other part to debate that conservatives don't understand. They just are inept at it. Is that debate is not about the facts. It's about the personality, the character, the persuasion. That's where it comes from. The emotions. And that's where the left inherently is better at, is emotions. We suck at that. And Trump was good at that. He understood it's not just the facts. That can give you some credibility and appear credible, but the persuasion comes from how you're delivering those facts. How you're delivering your points. And that's where things get lost, and that's what needs to be taught.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I do think that like it'd be a good idea to learn how to do both, like how to be both charismatic and how to not just pull shit out of your ass.
Well, and that's what it needs to be, and that's what I'm saying is that Ben Shapiro is he? Because when people say he's a good debater, I'm like, well, yes and no. Is he good in terms of a Lincoln Douglas style? Yes, but is he an effective debater? No, he's not. He does not persuade people because he only cares about facts. And that's where you need somebody that's got the extra shit, the sparks and the somebody with the sprinkles on top, if you know what I'm trying to say. But that's what I'm trying to get at. And that's what I think needs to be taught more. Shit. Oh, there's the flag. I got the flag. Now where do I go with it?
Now run back to our base.
Yeah, I see that.
Ideally, there should be someone with the warthog over here to help you get
Yeah,
out.
it's with the enemy.
Oh boy.
Jump. I made a pretty good distance. I got to the windmill thing.
Yeah, there's a way. Yeah, yeah, they got the fucking sword out. Someone grabbed that. It's really overpowered.
How many times? Jeez. This dude was overprotected. I shot him like 20 times and wasn't dead. That was the first time I've ever touched the flag in Halo.
Yeah, you want to grab that shit.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna grab it by the shaft.
Oh, don't let them. Oh, yeah, someone take that flag.
Yeah,
You don't.
oh,
Why we just have the fucking flag, douchebag?
Yeah. Who made the most progress with it? Me?
Yeah, there's a way, like, I think in the head, like, you're supposed to throw it. You're supposed to jump, throw it, and then, like, pick it up and throw it. Like, I think that's kind of
That's
like
an interesting strategy.
Yeah, it works. I mean, ideally, you're really supposed to get into Warthog because then
Yeah, just drive back.
or some sort of vehicle. That's because you can't be the driver, but you can be a passenger.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess we could do it in a little mongoose. Mommy goose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mama goose. Mama goose is gonna touch your penis. Yeah, I think it's, I do think it's something that, conservatives need to start, making our own versions of debate. To go and learn how to go debate on the street.
Debate on the streets.
Fucking learn how to, combat liberal professors verbally.
Yes.
How to secretly record professors.
Well, if only you could do that in PA.
I mean, you could, you just aren't allowed to do it.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
I
never
think
do that.
just like on the web, like on the internet, just post that shit there for like not in PA use only, and put that on there like legal disclaimer.
Well, how does that work with Zoom?
I don't know.
When a professor's teaching a Zoom class, do you still have to have two-party consent?
Or what if you're in another state and you
That's
record it?
true. I would think you have no consent laws then, unless the university has rules that says you can't record Zoom
I think,
classes.
but then that's a civil issue. So I'm gonna take me now.
And where are you, dude?
I was in the back of this here
Oh.
dog.
Wait, I can drive you. No, no, I shot myself all the way. I'm coming. I'm coming. I took the rampy thing and went, woo. I'm coming. Right, ready? To rock and roll. Sean's driving. You know what that means.
Oh shit, there's their vehicle. Let's blow it up.
Yo, you got it. Nice.
Blew that bitch up.
Is that a buggy? Crash.
Whee! What's gonna happen with Amish people? Are they gonna be able to drive horse and buggies forever? Are Amish people gonna... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, what happens with autonomous? They're gonna get autonomous buggies?
No, I don't think... That's gonna be weird, because, like, they can't allow autonomous vehicles on the road now, can they? Or, like, they can't allow autonomous vehicles and buggies on the road, because that's gonna probably fuck it up.
It could. This PA has special software that will detect those and be like, yeah, it's not his buggy.
It's not the only place with Amish people, either. There's other states with them.
That's true. Ohio.
Ohio!
I think the autonomous vehicles would be smart enough to go around them, but I think that would be a problem regardless. Shit. Get.
He
Nice.
threw a granado at us. Oh shit, he's shooting at us too. Fighting against basic bitch conservatism since 2019.
We're coming for you, Tommy.
Tommy Laren to Charlie Cuck.
Tommy Laren. Charlie Cook. Get him. Nice. Do I get any, like, points for this? Because I'm like...
This, you know, you get the vehicular assist.
I'll say, I deserve an assist. Yo!
It should give you, like, vehicle, like, assist or wheel thingy. Wingman.
Wingman.
Oh no!
I'll flip it. I flipped it. Get back in. Get
Oh, boy.
back. Get your ass back in that seat.
My ass in the seat. I'm like a wage slave.
Yeah, wage slave. Wage cuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Are they driving theirs? Oh shit, there they are. No!
I'll flip it. Oh,
God damn it.
It's having a fucking spur.
Oh shit.
He shot me.
Oh boy, I think we might want to get out of here.
I'm coming back.
They keep sniping at me.
Sniper, no sniping. Shit. We did pretty good. We had a good run.
Yes, we did. I mean, where are you? That's the question.
That's the question.
Oh fuck, they got their little gun goose.
Gun goose.
No! You
Yeah,
got one.
gun. Oh, I see you. I was the one that just crashed into you.
No!
Here, I'll crash into him. Oh, fuck. No, you do not hurt my friend. Oh,
I just hijacked them.
did you see me? I
No.
was in a wheelie right behind you. He shot me. It was fun.
At least he blew the shit out of his fucking gun goose. The gut goose.
Watch, they changed the name of the assault rifle and they stopped calling it an assault rifle in this game.
The penis mobile.
Assault rifles are scary.
The sexual assault rifle.
Oh god. Disavow.
It's got like a dildo on the end of it.
Oh, I killed someone. Yo, I won the flying things.
You're actually doing good on it.
No, well, not yet. Hey, I just killed somebody.
At least you're piloting it. A step in the right direction.
Oh, I just got blown out of the air. I killed one
Okay.
person. Didn't commit a mass shooting yet.
Oh, who's shooting at me?
Is that a command post? Do we need to capture the command post?
Command post CP. They're gonna be looking at.
Oh no. No. That's what it meant.
They're getting their CP stash as a pedophile game.
No. Downloading the Empire CP stash.
You could do some real fucked up stuff, that Emperor with them clones. Keep cloning little kids. Be a pervert paradise.
You notice there were no female clones? Why is nobody talking about that?
I already won a female clones for liability. When people are actually good at fighting.
Yeah, it's the star secretly red pill with the clones there. Only mentions her.
Aren't they all based off the one dude, the Mandalorian guy?
No. They were all based off of Jango Fett.
Oh yeah, he's the Mandalorian guy. He's Mandalorian.
Well, he is a Mandalorian, but he's not the Mandalorian guy from the Mandalorian show. I see you. I'm coming with a warthog.
God, there's like 4 people over there.
I'm coming. Here, I'm coming. Hop in this bitch.
You jump in the back. There's like 4 people over there. Oh, you're gonna hit me.
No, that's why I was doing the fucking like.
Get out! Oh, get out.
Why?
You got me.
I'm
Don't get out there. Like get out. I mean, don't get out of the vehicle. Get out of the way. Because
Oh.
there's 20 of them.
Ooh, bitch, get out the way.
No, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way.
I'll try and get another one.
They stole it.
Fuck. Oh, I have a thingy. Ghost.
I got fucked in the air. Whoa. Alright. Let's go. Then you go and get back our dignity.
I shot the gunner. I blew it up. Oh, I see you. Oh, you have somebody else driving. Oh, okay. I've been replaced. Shit.
Hashtag they will not replace us.
I was gonna say that. You know what's funny? I make that joke a lot. Like, I remember at school I make it a lot. Everybody got the reference, which I thought was funny.
Everyone knows what they mean.
I like when I initially did, I thought, oh, it's gonna go over everybody's head. No, he's hijacking shit. I thought it'd go over everyone's heads. I thought it was too good. But no, actually people got it. I was like, oh, cool. Whoa, I have like a Gatling gun thing.
That's a rocket launcher.
I'll rocket launch you.
You can lock on in this one to some enemy vehicles.
Oh yeah, it does lock on. Ooh. This thing is sexy.
Go, buddy. Whoa! What the fuck killed me?
It's sexier than my tractor.
She thinks my tractor is sexy. You blew that up. Good point.
Did I?
I think you did. Someone
Oh,
did.
yeah, it did. Yeah.
The other one, they like near that rocket pouch is just the vehicle one. The regular rocket launcher, the other one doesn't. Do that.
Achievement unlocked too. Yeah, I did take them out.
Alright, let's jump back in this bitch.
Fuck, these people don't know how to fly. Oh no! I don't want to ride in that.
You're riding around at the speed of sound.
Alright, I'm just gonna come
You go gonna fuck a dildo.
Oh, I killed. Did I kill somebody? I ran into somebody.
I got a double. Oh, whoa! Man, these people. Use this driver.
Yeah, I'll flip that shit. I'll drive. No! Fucking assholes.
It wasn't me.
I know.
It's Fascist Blue.
What, Fascist Blue?
Or maybe it's. I thought I saw that. I thought that was someone's name. Fucking Fascist Blue.
Yeah, why are we on the Oh, we're red. We can't be fascist.
No, it's fascist. There's the fascist color is red for blood and soil.
What's
My
that
blood.
mean, blood and soil?
I'm gonna blood and soil your pants. Alright, where are you?
Your people and your land?
Where's
are
your-
you?
Where are you? Where are you? I'm in the fog.
Oh shit, I'm getting shot at.
I see ya.
There's a
In the
dude.
ground.
Oh shit.
Are you dead?
Mm-hmm. Better than bread. Oh, I see you.
Back. My pickup truck.
That's
Go to my Tesla Cybertruck.
it does remind me of a Cybertruck a bit. Cyber junk. Cyber splunk.
It's my Cyber.
Cyberpunk.
It's
Oh, I got the guy out of the air.
I think that was our friend.
Oops.
It was.
Achievement unlocked? Question mark?
What the fuck is that red thing that just flew in our face?
Oh, I got that too.
Careful, he's coming. He's coming back, I think.
Oh, come on. Yeah, we won because of us.
Oh, yeah. Based cake.
Yes.
Are we still live? Oh.
Just says loading.
Oh, yeah. No, are we still live on the air?
Oh, live. Yeah, we're live.
My shit. What time is that?
It's time to suck a dick. Oh, only 140. It's
Yeah,
actually early for us. Let's see how long the stream's been going for. Oh, 3 hours 40 minutes. I guess we'll just keep playing offline then. How about that? How about that, gamers?
Did anyone say anything else?
No. Nobody likes us.
Not everybody likes us. Let's drive some folks wild.
Now we can say the dirty words off of here.
Yes.
But thank you everyone for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe as always. I always forgot to do that at the beginning, so please do that now. And we'll see you next time.